Coming to you live from the Electro Club. This is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Christian.
And we are here to try out the prototype demo of Neon Hope, which was sent to us by Hopeful Games to try out. It is a expandable card game very much in the vein of Arkham Horror or Earthborn Rangers. I was about to say Earthborn Games. That's the company that makes that.
Close.
Or Earthborn Rangers. It is set in a cyberpunk meets solarpunk, I believe is how the game describes itself. Would you explain both those words, please, Christian?
Yeah, sure. Cyberpunk is where there's neon lights and the rain is all over everywhere.
Okay.
Hope punk is where there's solar panels.
So is that the same thing as solarpunk?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So rain yet solar panels.
Yes. When it's not raining.
So very inefficient solar
Yeah,
panels. Very cloudy, obscured solar
Wet
panels.
everywhere. Yeah. People are getting electrocuted constantly.
It's good. It's good stuff.
All right. So this demo consists of two playable characters. You may notice that there are three of us. Dominic at Hopeful Games also sent me the print and play version of another character that was now ready to play. So that would be why my cards are in black and white from my home printer with some components proxied. But,
I thought you were just like film noir.
Sure.
Oh, that would be cool.
All of your art is black and white.
Yeah, now I want like an investigator in Arkham that is like black and white.
Yeah.
That's just their style. Except really that whole game should probably be black and white. Anyway, this game is very colorful, other than my cards. So, it came with those two playable characters, and it also came with one scenario that I would speculate, and I don't really know, is maybe the first scenario of its eventual core set or something. I think you can also play it for yourself on Tabletop Simulator. I think they have it up there. Cool. But for now, it is the scenario. And then I'm not going to do a full teach up front because I like to teach cooperative games as you play them, but Kyle and Christian don't know how to play Neon Hope, and I've only read the rulebook, so we will definitely be talking about explaining a lot and possibly even having to refer to a couple things as we go.
It's that sort of thorough behavior that we expect from you, Brandon.
Exactly.
Show us everything.
Yes. So all that's left is for me to suggest that you like the video and subscribe to the channel, because hitting those buttons are the only way to help us out.
Smashing all the buttons.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
And why don't I start with the introduction?
Yeah.
We'll set the scene.
You gotta do the voices.
Yeah.
No. Also, I don't think that there's any dialogue in this
Wow.
introduction, thankfully. Yeah. Okay.
Checks out.
The music is so loud that it is deafening. Blue and purple neon lights pulse with the rhythm of the neurotech beats that fill the room.
Oh, yeah.
You have been to the Siphon before, but that was long ago. You never intended to return to the notorious Electro Club in the east of Berlin. It is one of those places where they will ask you to hand in your augmented reality glasses to stop you from recording a video. You're not sure why you're here. Your friend, Andre, had asked you to come, and he'd been quite insistent about it. He had said something about his job at Nubicon and that he needed to talk to you, as you were someone he could trust. It all sounded quite odd, but not quite as odd as the strangeness in his voice when he declined to tell you what this was all about. It was because of this that you agreed to come. Now here you are at the Siphon's main bar where Andre wanted to meet you. However, Andre is not. And worse, he does not answer his phone. Perhaps you should look around to find him.
Let's get him.
Then says to flip this card and it will guide us through the last couple steps of setup. But first, I would love to meet your characters.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about your character and maybe read, because this is I think this game is going for a very narrative focused thing. So like, let's even get our backstory.
I'm Denise Yilmaz, the AI software engineer. The future will be bright, you are certain of this. There'll be prosperity and wealth for everyone built by machines driven by AI software. This AI will be able to perform any and all work for humanity. Your plan is to build a foundation for a better, more hopeful tomorrow. Some people say you are strengthening surveillance capitalism, giving even more power to the establishment that is known for exploiting the weak. But those people do not dream big enough. AI taking over the human workforce is a good thing. People will be free to enjoy their lives, make art. The status quo must be questioned in order to envision a true social democratic utopia, and people like you will take it upon themselves to drive humanity toward that bright future. And I got to choose between two character tools. I'm going to say right now, I took the software. Yilmaz.deep 0.9 beta, solely because the name was long. And
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think what it does is pretty self-explanatory
Yeah,
from
uh-huh.
that.
Yeah,
We all
I get
know.
it already.
Tell us about yourself, Kyle.
I am Larks Krajewski,
Okay.
the bouncer. This person, you always had the tendency to act without thinking to rights wrongs, especially with your friends especially when your friends are mistreated. This has earned you respect, but was also where your problems came from. You had a stable job in corporate security until the incident. Afterwards, the only job you were able to land was working as a bouncer. At first you hated it, but as your anger cooled, you started to like it. People respected you. Here, you were able to enforce your own rules. Rules that made sense. Sometimes your own rules clash with those of society, but if there's one thing that you learned from all of this, it is that not all laws are just. Sometimes people just have to stand up and do what's right. So I think you're the bad guy and I'm the good guy so far, is what it
Yeah,
seems like.
And,
Robin Hood and establishment.
and I'm gonna both sides it all.
Yeah.
I am Felina Drucker. As a junior reporter, you dreamed about breaking a big story that would topple a CEO. Instead, you ended up reviewing gadgets and rephrasing press releases.
I hate that.
The interviews you did were never soft, but you did not relentlessly interrogate people either. Maybe it was because you wanted to believe their vision of the future, where technology would solve everyone's problems. When early commercial implants became available, you were among the first to get an augmented reality retina,
Ooh.
rarely turning the meta reality off. Some people think this is weird, but you consider yourself to just be a little ahead. You secretly never stopped looking for that one story. Surely all those contacts you collected over the years must be worth something. One day you'll land your big scoop.
I believe it.
All right, I got to choose between my cybernetic retina or insider sources as my starting tool. And even though the cybernetic retina is the most badass thing about Felina, I went with my insider sources. Yeah.
Ugh.
Did you say?
Oh
what
yeah, I
yours
didn't.
was?
I didn't say. I had the choice between revoked company ID and confiscated goods, and being the simpleton that I am, confiscated goods. It's all away.
Yeah.
Sure.
I need my Mountain Dew from the grocery store.
right. So this is the gameplay is very much in the style of some of these like LCGs or expandable card games, but notably different is we don't have decks. And the demo just gave us, preset suites of cards that we're playing with. But what you do, I think, customize in the full product is your hand of 8 action cards that you start with, and a little bit Gloomhaven-y. We will be playing them, recovering them, but recovering less each time over the course of the game. And then we also, again, in theory, customized a toolkit of cards that each time we recover our hand, we have the opportunity to spend resources to buy the cards in our toolkit, putting them into play.
Makes sense.
So that is where the tableau of cards, asset from Arkham style cards that you would maybe expect to have in this kind of game actually comes from. Is your first opportunity to get those will be the first time you've gone through your whole hand.
Makes sense.
Which you can also do anytime you want to actually discard your whole hand to rush that process. But you're skipping quite a few actions before you run out of steam.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, so to complete setup here, it looks like the back of this introduction card has setup. It shows us the encounter sets and things to use. We've already done that. So it tells us to... we had chosen this before, but this specifies give the responsibility, so it's the lead player for some purposes, to a player with the underground trait. Who has that?
Not me.
And not me. So it looks like
I am
Larks
responsible.
is responsible for whatever happens to us.
I didn't agree to that.
Put the siphon setting into play from the staging deck. Follow the instructions on its front side, then flip it over. We actually did that already. That is what is set up here. And search the encounter deck, if you would, for one copy of Data De-Anonymization.
Boom.
And it goes into the network, which is an in-play area that is not anywhere in particular. Reshuffle the encounter deck. Okay. And, that should go. Oh, as I reach across, is this it? Yeah. It says put it next to the surveillance threshold card, which should have been here.
Nice.
Okay. So,
I see.
and all players start at the siphon top. So this card, Siphon, the Electro Club, this is called a setting. each setting it always has two locations, one that is just generally above it and one that is below it. And so we are all going to put our mini cards at this top location because that's where it says we start. And so I'm going to try not to explain, like we've played a lot of Arkham, Kyle and I played a lot of Arkham, the card game. I'm going to try not to make that comparison constantly, but basically this is a location. One of the things you can do on your turn is move to another location. And what that means is the top or bottom of a setting. For now, there's just the one setting in play. So both of these, both the barkeeper and the bar are cards at this location that we can interact with, but you don't have to move between them or anything. You are at both of them currently.
Makes sense.
We're at the bar. There's a barkeeper.
Yeah. So this surveillance starts at 0. This is kind of the timer on our game. And each scenario will presumably have a different one of these. We're playing on challenge mode, by the way, which is a little less generous than story mode on time. As this accumulates, it is going to hit these thresholds and make, I think, generally bad things happen. Including at 20, we flip the card over, and it's going to modify the rules in some way. And then 30 says end the game and go to a certain conclusion. We probably
Seems
would
like
get.
a hard time,
it's
right?
probably a worse conclusion than if we got to a conclusion another way.
Yes.
Would be my
sense.
guess. Yeah, we're going to play this game in a series of rounds. Each round, we're going to increase surveillance by 1 per player at the end, and there are other ways that surveillance may increase. So, yeah, that's kind of our timer. And then here on the story deck, we have Chapter 1. This is sort of the series of objectives that we're trying to get through. It's called Searching for Your Friend. Objective: maybe you can find Andre at the bar or the dance floor. The objective is to flip both the bar and the dance floor to their backside. So all of these are called leads. The cards that get put into play at the locations are called leads. And the upper right corner shows us what we're going to populate them with. The dance floor has 2 secrets. The bar has 4 secrets. And the barkeeper has 1 of each support token. So you'll be able to interact with these leads and either clear the secrets, which they just get discarded from play when you succeed there. We'll talk a little bit more about tasks. But it will remove these, and then whenever any card is depleted of whatever type of token is on it, it will flip. And more things will happen or be there or whatever. The barkeeper, these are support tokens. These are tokens that you can spend to boost your tasks or friends' tasks. And similarly, as you interact with this, instead of discarding secrets, you will gain these tokens.
Yeah.
It does progress the barkeeper towards flipping, just like the cards with secrets on it, but also you get these useful tokens out of it. So, as I take a sip of beer because I've been talking a lot.
And because we're at the bar. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's true. We are at the bar.
You're just role-playing.
Fully enveloped into the story.
So you have this handful of action cards.
I do.
And we're going to start with the player phase. Is there a name for it? It's the phase where we play. The player phase, yes. It's the player phase.
Makes sense.
There are just 3 types of actions you can take. You can change location, which would let you move down to the dance floor, the bottom half of Siphon. Yep. You can activate, which would be to use a card that has this sort of like clock.
Yeah.
The same symbol that's on your action tokens for those of you who have ones that are not proxied from Final Girl. It's an action to do that, and then you can perform a task. So and then I'll set you loose, and one of you can start. But let me talk about performing a task. So it's how you're going to spend a lot of your actions. When you perform a task, you can take an action that is printed in like one of the upper left corners of these, and that's going to correspond to one of your 4 attributes, which are perception, charisma, courage, and technology. So like I have 3, 2, 1, 2 in those respectively. You should all have your own amounts. So the number that is on this card may be a little too small to play on camera. I'm not sure. It is a new camera. Yeah. So if there's any technical issues on this video,
That's
blame
why.
the new camera.
New camera.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks. Gift to myself. So the difficulty is there.
Yep.
And what we're going to do, let me just run through kind of the steps, because there's a lot of them.
Good.
You're going to determine the type of attribute you're using. You may modify your attribute in one of 2 ways. I mentioned that if you have these tokens, you or anyone at your setting can spend one to give +2 to that task. And these are double use. So the first time you use one, you flip it over. And so each of these tokens lets you add +2 twice. So they seem pretty good to me.
That's juicy, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can play an action in hand that corresponds with it. So like if I'm going to investigate at the bar, I could play Seek Answers, which tells me on an investigate, I get +3.
Pretty good.
And then it also gives me this text here that says if you succeed and gives me something additional I get to do. So if I were investigating at the bar, I could do one of those two things to modify it before I do anything else would be use a support token or play an action from my hand. Just remember that you essentially have 7 of these, then 6, then 5, then 4, and we lose the game if anyone ever gets exhausted by reaching the end of that.
Makes sense.
Of that chain. Then you're going to reveal a modifier from the grid. So this is called the grid. They are face down tokens that I don't want to reveal any, I guess, because now then it would give them away. But we've discarded 3 to the archive. We're not going to draw. The rest of these, it's again to make the comparison to Arkham. It's like drawing a token out of the chaos bag, except they're going to remain face up. So our knowledge of kind of the odds will actually improve as we go on. They range from +3 to -3. With an epic success and an epic fail token that automatically succeed and automatically fail, respectively. Cool. Also, we don't have any enemies in play yet, but this game has enemies, and enemies don't have a default turn. Some of these tokens also activate the enemies at your location.
Got it.
So every time you take a task, you are risking enemies acting.
Got it.
So you reveal one of those.
Skull?
What's that?
What about a skull?
That is the thing that activates enemies.
Well, there you
go. Okay, so then you succeed or fail. Everything we can see here has a flat value, but sometimes there are additional values that either, like an enemy might take a 2 to damage, but if you get a 5, they will flee entirely.
Got it.
There are also cards that may have a red value here that's higher, and if you don't get at least that value, something bad happens.
Yep.
So a lot of these are kind of have tiered success thresholds. And then finally, if you complete the task, which means clear the last token from a location or defeat an enemy or hack a state, like this one is, we can look closer at this, you gain a resource. And resources are what you spend at the time that you recover your hand from your discard pile to buy tools.
Got it.
So you're not getting 1 resource per round or anything like that. You have to actively earn them.
How many resources do you get when you...
You get 1 each time you complete a task, which is to basically finish whatever a card is asking you to do to get the finishing blow on it.
Yep.
So like clearing all these tokens,
or just
finishing that.
Yeah. So this let's look at this really quick. So this data de-anonymization card says they have the data to find you. All they need is your consent to use it. So here you can take a hack action, which uses your technology skill, has a 2 difficulty by default. And again, you might have actions that give you extra or something. But each time you take a hack action, if you succeed, you get to put 1 cube up here. And this card is cleared from play if all 3 are done. And you'll get a resource when you clear it from play with that 3rd one.
That makes sense.
And then I believe, so this is in an area called the network, which is just in the center of the table. I think you can interact with this no matter where you are.
That would make sense.
And what it's actually doing, like the reason we want to clear it from play, is it says at the beginning of the encounter phase, so there is a phase similar to other games where we will all draw a card from the encounter deck. At the beginning of the encounter phase, each player suffers a stress. That's a good segue to stress. So you don't have health.
Right.
Your hand is your health. Because eventually you'll run through it and become exhausted. Stress is discard a card of your choice from your hand.
I see.
We all started with 3 hope tokens. You can spend a hope to prevent a stress. Sure. So it's like you have a shield of 3 and then have to start discarding cards.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions?
No, seems straightforward.
All right. Would someone like to jump in and
Do we
take
all
the first turn?
go, or
good question. So we all have 3 actions per round, but once you start your turn, you must take all of your actions. But we can go in any order.
So, and I'm sorry, I've not played as much Arkham, so
Sure.
I'll be a little dumber. When I'm attempting a task, right, I have 3 actions. I could hack thrice at data de-anonymization, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to hack once at data de-anonymization. I have 3 technology, and it requires 2 to succeed, right?
Yes.
And I must flip over one of our modifier tokens when I do it, right? I can't choose not to.
That's right.
Great.
Yeah, you must.
Okay. So I'm gonna
must
do
go through the
I'm
modifier.
gonna action 1, because the reason I'm thinking this is if I succeed at all of this, I can just clear this from the board, and that stress is going to be hitting us all every turn, and I can just get rid of it. I'm a super hacker.
And by the way, my Insider Sources character tool that I started with rewards me for removing the first secret from a location. So I love that you're focusing on that, because that's what I would like to do, is like be the first one to hit the bar and the first one to hit the
My
dance
thing
floor.
seems to be hacking. And then I've got a card that has the keyword Analyze the Grid, which I believe is look at some of the face down tokens, right?
Yeah, what exactly does it say? Why don't you read it and we'll try to make sense
If
of it.
I succeed by X while performing the hack task on this tool, so basically it's its own target for my hacking action.
Yeah.
I can analyze the grid for X, maximum of 5. So,
okay.
And then I may archive one analyze modifier for each impact that I have.
Yeah, so that would mean you get to look at that many of the modifier tokens
And I
here,
can
choose
discard
one to
one of
essentially
them.
discard, and the rest will get shuffled back in.
Yep. That makes sense. But I'm not going to waste an action doing that yet. 'Cause
Okay.
if I can hack this 3 times and succeed, I'm feeling pretty good. So,
Yeah.
action 1, I'm going to hack.
Do you spend an action card every time you take an action?
You do not have to play an action card with each action.
But some of them will give you a juicy. So, what are you good at,
a
Brandon?
juicy bonus.
I'm really good at investigating.
That makes
I'm a journalist,
sense.
so
Yeah.
so these places, and this is a difference from some, or like I guess from Arkham is like the way you clear. Clearly, these are kind of analogous to clues, but investigating here takes perception, and investigating here takes courage. So there's more of a built-in variety of what skills are useful for that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to use Recognize the Pattern to hack to give
Okay.
me +2 because I'm a little worried about the randomization.
Sounds good.
here, right? So I get +2 to a hack action, getting me to 5
Yep.
with my my technology skill. So I randomly flip one over, right?
You do, yeah. The other thing that could happen is someone at your location or at your setting could use a support marker, but we don't have any. So,
Yep.
go ahead and reveal.
0.
0. Okay, so it's modified by 0, and that stays revealed.
Great. So I succeed. And on success, choose a player. They have +2 perception and +2 technology during their next task this round. So I'm going to give that to Kyle. 'Cause
Okay.
Kyle's not great at those, so it feels nice to give him a little juice.
Okay, nice.
So does he get tokens for that, or I don't? think
Good
so.
question. I don't see anything we have to mark that. You could leave that card in front of him.
Yeah, exactly. So that was my first task. My second task, I'm going to hack again. Man.
That was a pretty good first action of the game.
Yeah.
Well done.
Pretty
You
good.
crushed it.
I'm going to do data breach to hack again. I get +0 this time.
I have good news for you. You see, is that a green check mark next to the
Yes.
modifier? That means whatever the basic thing that you're trying to do is, in this case hack, do it an extra time if you succeed.
Amazing.
So you would get 2 hack cubes on here
Love
if you
it.
succeed
Okay,
at this.
so I'm going to do that. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to
That's cool.
flip. I get a +1.
Nice.
If I succeed by 2 or more, which I did, 3 + 1 is 4, I get an additional impact. And I think impact is the free successes. Is that
Oh,
what
I think
you're saying?
so actually, I think that is kind of wasted.
Yeah,
but
it's
that's
still
still
cool.
cool. Yeah.
So I get 2 more successes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That goes to my discard.
Nice.
And I still have 1 action
So
left.
yeah, and so you have, and the word for this is you've completed the task by doing the last thing on here. You've cleared the card. It will be discarded from play,
And I gain a
you
resource.
gain a resource,
Was
which
my
is
real goal here.
these.
Okay. And I could work on investigating because it needs 4 actions to investigate
Actually, I wonder
there.
if I'm using the wrong tokens for those. Let's see.
Yeah, because the resource
I-
icon looks like the secret icon.
Yeah, you know what? These were supposed to be secrets, and these were supposed to be resources.
That makes
So
more
there
sense.
you
Makes
go.
perfect sense.
Cool. And I have 1 more action. I am going to. Man,
You could also talk to the barkeep.
I don't want to talk to the barkeep.
Okay.
I'm terrible because I'm terrible at talking. Like I'm really bad at it.
It's a get support action. Oh, okay. I have some cards that are pretty good at that.
But I could do an investigate. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm just mostly like I want to make sure I'm understanding the mechanics.
Yeah.
So we're running through it. Upgrade the odds. I'm investigating at the bar. My thinking being you can probably clear 3 of them. So I
Potentially,
make it
yeah.
easier for you.
I am the one who gets a little reward for getting the first token off of the bar.
Oh, you
but, I mean, the reward is not crazy.
Okay, no, then I'm gonna get support because this works well for me either way.
Okay.
I add +1 for each successful task this round.
Oh.
So I have 1 successful task this round, right?
Oh,
I'd say
I would
two.
think that's 2. I would think
Two.
that because
2. I did the task
yeah,
twice.
because I think you performed a task twice and
And
were
succeeded.
successful at it both times.
Great.
You completed
So that gets
the
me
task.
up to 3 talking for get support. And if I complete, I get to do an analyze the grid if I succeed. So let's see what I find.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
-1.
That's
That's fine.
spot on, which
Still
is fine.
Spot on
Yep.
pass. So I succeed. Analyze the grid for 2 and choose to either archive 1 analyze modifier or gain a hope. So I'm going to look at 2. I show everyone, right? For analyze.
Yeah. Sorry. Say one more time what you're
Analyze.
doing.
I completed the task.
Okay.
So let's
Or
do
you
it in
succeeded.
order.
You succeeded. Yeah.
Oh, I succeed. It says if you complete the task.
Oh, so you did not complete the task.
Never
Complete
mind.
the task is when you get the finishing blow.
I
Kind of
succeeded.
on the card.
So I'm gonna give. I'm just trying to think of the best way to like distribute tokeny things.
I guess so. The very first thing that happened, you succeeded, and you did it with an impact icon, so you get 2 of the tokens
Right.
off here. Yeah.
So we're low
Pretty good.
on. I think we're low on talking. We're not great. We're okay talkers, but I'm gonna give an
Yeah.
extra talker to Kyle,
Okay.
and I'm gonna
But
give.
can you give it to other people?
Oh, to me.
Does your card say that or something? I think otherwise
No,
you gain
by
it.
default, I
yeah,
gain it? Okay,
I
great.
think so.
Okay, great. Then I'm gonna take the stuff I want. Done.
Okay.
Did it.
Love it. And then
Those are
and
my
then
3
and then what were you
actions.
saying about analyzing the grid?
If I complete the task,
Oh,
I did
but you
not.
didn't.
I would
Okay.
be able to analyze
Gotcha.
the grid.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Got it.
Okay, Brandon.
How many
sure,
skulls are in the 19 tokens? Just so I know.
Well, I mean, skulls activate enemies. Why do you care about that right now?
I have.
Oh, maybe
had
interesting.
interactions with them.
I think
do as
it's
well.
4. The auto fail, the epic fail, is a skull, and there's 3 others.
I see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it Brandon or is it whoever wants to go?
I might as well go,
for
and
it.
because I'm
Yeah.
the one who wants to get the first token, so I
Yeah.
might as well like kind of rip that band-aid off.
I agree.
Yeah, my main thing. And then, so I intentionally
Rip it.
tanked the data de-anonymization. It does reference the encounter phase. I assume that's after all 3 of us have gone. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, I am going to. Let's see. I should have been looking at my card during this. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Okay, great. I'm going to use an anonymous tip to investigate the bar. This gives me +2 and has some text if I remove the first secret with this card. So that all seems good. But so I'm investigating with my perception. So that's 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that feels good.
Pretty good.
+3.
Wow.
Jeez, I would have
Crushed
liked to
it.
grab a -3 and be and like
Yeah,
burn a
tank
-3 and
it, yeah.
succeed. But okay. So
Success.
I've removed a secret. Anonymous tip says if you remove the first secret, analyze 2 encounter cards. So that means I can look at the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. I may discard 1 card, but then reshuffle the encounter deck. So it's a pretty subtle
Just a little
manipulation
bit
of the
a
deck.
filter, yeah.
That said, one of these looks clearly worse than the other to me.
Goodbye.
So I'm going to discard Corporate Overreach. It just moves enemies around, but it also draws another card.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it has this keyword follow up,
Oh,
which
yeah,
means
yeah,
it's
yeah.
surge from some of these other games.
Okay.
It's like just draw another card. So
that's-
that's out of the
that's-
deck.
Seems bad.
So that's your first action.
And then also, my Insider Sources triggers, when you remove the first secret from a lead, roll an attribute die and get a matching attribute marker with 2 charges from the supply. So I am going to get a Taki marker, a Charisma.
That's
Okay,
good.
yeah, that was good. That was my first action, so I've got my action trackers here. I think now maybe I'll go down to the dance floor.
Go dancing.
I might need your help with your support token though, because that is using courage.
I would love to get that
And I am not courageous.
yeah, yeah. That's why I
Yeah.
took it. Was courageous seemed like one that would be useful too.
Yeah. I have some kind of risky cards. I like it, but
Brandon, I have a
Yeah.
question. I have a thing that refers impact that I have, which is the checkmark icon.
sorry, that sentence didn't make sense to me. Could you say it one more time?
One of my card references impact that I have. Capital I impact with the checkmark after it.
Interesting.
But I thought the checkmark we were spending immediately when I completed the task.
Yeah, could you read it? Sorry.
It says, you may archive... this is my hacking thing. Oh, I see. If I use an extra card on the action, I might gain an impact. That's where it comes from. I got it now. I figured it out.
As long as it makes sense to you.
It does. I forgot that this card I have to act on as though it were one of our encounter cards.
Got it.
Now that I
Okay.
see that, it makes sense.
Are these considered states or are they just leads?
Those are our leads.
Okay.
State was the one that I had.
Oh.
The and that word is on the card in the lower left corner.
I
Ah,
see.
cute.
Also,
Lead,
it's traits. So if you care about whether something's public or something, look down in the lower left corner.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, you know what? Before I leave, because it's an action to get to the dance floor, I think I'll do a little bit more of investigating the bar. I also never read the bar, so I want to see. Cocktails with microdosed neurostimulants are practically legal in every country that failed to pass revised drug laws after the famous ECI ruling.
Craziness.
ECJ ruling? The font's a little hard to tell there. I think it said ECJ.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to investigate again because I wanted to use... This is using my best skill. Okay, so I'm going to use field work. So here's how this will work. And it has this little white with arrow icon means at the time that you play it, do that part. So before I do the test, I'm choosing one. I either add +2 to this test or I get 2 additional impact and then draw an encounter card after this action. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
That seems fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so if I succeed at this, I'm going to get all 3 of the remaining secrets off of there. And then draw an encounter card. And if I fail at it, I do nothing and then draw an encounter card. So it's high stakes, I guess.
Just do a good job.
But I'm at 4 to 2.
Yeah.
So I just need to not draw
Just don't get the minus
something bad.
auto fail.
All right. That's a -1 and it triggers the enemies. So that is fine. I succeeded. I had 2 additional impacts, so I will clear all 3 secrets. That is me completing a task and gaining a resource.
Oh, enemy activation.
Flip it.
Say that again, sorry.
Do we flip the bar?
Yeah, we do. I think it's like immediate. As far as like, do I draw the encounter card first or flip this first? I think we flip this first. This is Win Ann Bergman.
Yep.
She's a regular. There's this guy with a Nubicon hoodie a moment ago. Looked like it was his first time at Siphon. Okay.
Got a lead.
So, right, yeah. So you can take a get support action with her, much like the barkeeper, to get one of the 2 courage tokens that we have to put on her. And this follower effect in the box here, if you clear the last token from this card, if you complete this task, you put that as a card like in your tableau, and it amplifies your courage, +1 courage. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
So
Super courageous.
pretty cool. And what our objective again was to flip the bar and the dance floor. So we're also halfway to our objective by doing that. We don't have to complete her, but you can see the benefit is the reason we would is clear. Okay, I do from fieldwork have to draw an encounter card, and it is Invasion of Privacy. Increase the surveillance by 1, and follow up. Draw another encounter card. Jeez. You can see. I think that this is because it's a prototype copy of this game. There's some cards that are still in sketch form. Yeah, that's what's going on with that. Unexpected complications. So this is a state. It's going to go into play in the network. We want to hack it twice to get rid of it. When it's revealed, roll an attribute die and place it on this card. So
that's what it takes to hack.
I guess. And then all tasks relying on the attribute of the die of this... excuse me. All tasks relying on the attribute of the die on this card are hard. So that was a terrible roll, because that's 2 attributes. And hard, it has reminder text here, or I'm sure I could look it up, but hard says skulls, like this, are treated as the epic fail. So now skulls auto-fail both courage and technology tests.
I don't see a way to clear it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I almost forgot this. It just hasn't come up because we haven't had an encounter phase. States all get 1 cube placed on them in the encounter phase. So it's basically for 2 rounds. For 2 rounds.
So we can't manually kill it? That sucks.
I'm going to... I was going to double check the timing and stuff on that, but I do have 1 action left, right?
You do.
So I'm not as good at talking as... Well, we're all kind of bad at it, but I'm going to leave Kyle to make friends over here, and I'm going to use my proxy Felina card to move to the dance floor as my 3rd action, and that's my turn.
Kyle.
All right. So basically, it's just get support right now. And in order to claim these cards, you need to be testing that attribute. Is that right?
No, the attribute was always going to be what's printed up there, which is charisma.
Yeah. Okay.
And I can boost your charisma by 2.
Ooh, that's good to know.
That's why I picked it.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so that we know what's coming soon, the encounter phase, it's going to resolve any beginning of the encounter phase effects, then place a hacking cube on every state in the network.
Yep.
increases surveillance by 1 per player, plus 1 for each enemy that is at a location with players. Those retreated, I think I mentioned earlier that enemies can retreat. They actually get turned face down, and at this time get turned face up when that happens.
So they just run away for one round.
You flip your action trackers back. I don't know that we've even been religiously using those. And then everyone draws an encounter card, and then in clockwise order they resolve them. So you actually get to see them. But I guess that's of no value other than to help you plan. Because the keyword peril in some LCGs? Mm-hmm. All encounter cards have that during the encounter phase in this game. We are not allowed... I've flipped through the deck. A lot of them present you with 2 options. You are not allowed to consult the table for those options. It is all on you, always, with encounter cards in this game. Yeah,
that's cool. All right.
So we need to clear this bar.
Yeah, it seems like we need to clear the bar.
Getting the +1 courage would be good, because, it does seem like... I don't know about your hand. I have a lot of cards that benefit overkilling.
Yeah, I don't really see that as much.
Interesting.
All right, but I will start off. I am pretty well respected in my comings and goings.
You get +2 perception and +2 technology during their next task this round. So if we would like to pick a different...
That there is no perception or technology task on them.
I guess not. That's a bummer. I didn't consider that when I cleared it all. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to wipe it, because it doesn't matter.
All right, well, I'm going to be recklessly getting support. And just so I understand, because this is the setting that we are at, and these are the leads surrounding it.
Each of these is a setting.
The setting is made up of 2 locations. And each location has 1 or 2 leads.
Correct.
That's how
this says remove 2 secrets from a lead at your setting, so that could be this one, correct?
Correct. If you take a test up here, and based on that card, if you reveal a skull, you remove 2 secrets you can remove those secrets. Yeah.
Amazing.
That seems really good, because you're well respected.
I am well respected, so I have a 4 currently, but I'm going to draw an additional modifier.
Yeah, and we've drawn
Do you
more...
want me to boost you?
I think I wouldn't mind it.
Boost you to yellow?
Yeah.
Cool.
So
6.
that puts me up to a 6 to its 2, and I'm
I like
revealing
that.
2.
Yep.
Whoops.
Oh, +2, you're at 8.
Oh,
that's the epic fail.
But it is a skull.
You do fail, but as far as I can tell, the way that's worded, that still happens.
Yeah,
you revealed 1 or more skulls. Yeah.
I did it.
Nice.
Clearing these secrets, and
so
risk.
once you go ahead and flip the dance floor, and then we've completed the objective. So I think, and while you read us the other side of the dance floor, I'm going to double check that we advance the chapter immediately.
2 charismas there.
Thank you.
Yeah. What tell us about the card?
Read Maxim.
It's Maxim Wagner. He's an AR sound space enthusiast.
Same.
His quote is, "Maybe you should try the back area, but I doubt you would get in."
Is that your German accent?
Maybe you should try the back area.
There we go.
But I doubt you would get in.
Put a little bit more spice on it.
Right.
It was a little French German.
Sure.
I drifted towards French at the end.
That's called Belgian. He's from Belgium.
Okay, so that was my first action.
Neo-Belgium.
As far as I could tell, we immediately advanced the chapter.
Let's go.
So on the back side, there's a box marked plot twist, which it looks like is the flavor text, but I kind of dig them calling the flavor text the plot twist.
Yeah.
You spot your friend Andre standing close to a neon lit corridor, which leads deeper inside the club. Next to him are a blonde woman and a bald man. You shout, but your voice gets drowned by the music. Suddenly, you hear a loud sound behind you, and a group of people in uniform push through the crowd.
Here we go.
They seem to be searching for someone. Andre looks over his shoulder, but your eyes do not meet. Then he and his companions quickly head down the neon-lit corridor. And then in the box labeled Game Progression, put the backstage setting into play. And as this new camera, we're still a little zoomed in. And let me maybe I'll move the network, states down to here next to the modifiers, and we can get, because we're putting another setting in play. We can do that over here.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Backstage, and it's saying that we have. So there's these 4 strangers in the dark.
Yep.
2 of them at random are going to go here, and 2 of them are going to go here.
Cute.
Very cute while I'm still here. Okay, so those all need 3 secrets on them.
Yep.
Looks like we then flip this over. That's just for setup.
Love it.
I really dig just the full art cards for the settings, and then they have setup on one side, but then you flip to the side where you can just see the art. Like it's good. It's good visual.
Cool.
The Strangers in the Dark all say the line between partygoers, hackers, and criminals is blurry at best. Will you be able to blend in?
Great question.
So here's an example of what I was mentioning, where they have an investigate action to clear the secrets that takes 2, but if you don't get at least 5, it's going to trigger their threat, and that lightning bolt symbol, I believe, is stress.
Yeah.
Yes, so if you don't get at least 5, you take a stress, which means either spend a hope or discard a card from your hand.
Makes sense. So Kyle, that was your first action, right?
Sure was.
Hey, quick note, Brandon here. I am in the aftermath of our game. I won't spoil anything else, but we missed a moment here on the back of Chapter 1 where we should have each drawn an enemy from these corp loyalists and freelance security officers that would have definitely given some different flow to the game as we each had to deal with those. We just missed that bullet point. I feel bad about it, but we had a total blast playing Neon Hope, so I'm still going to publish the video and just know that we should have encountered a little bit more pushback from the corporation than we did today. Yeah, back to the game.
What an impactful one.
It was pretty good.
So you can change settings as well as an action? Or change
so now there are 4
locations.
locations in play, and they are not oriented in any particular way. You can always... it's like the Battlestar Galactica board game. A movement gets you anywhere you want to go.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, so these guys... Why is there a hack action at the bottom here?
Oh, good question. You can take a hack action to put a cube over that threat, and it no longer applies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So then,
it might be
if
useful
you
for me
did
to
not
be-
get up to 5, you would still pass.
So it might be
Or you
useful to
still-
send me
You would
out
not,
to hack
yeah.
them before you guys do the other shit. 'Cause I'm so
Interesting.
good at hacking.
Yeah, so that is considered a
But
secondary task.
it is a social. It is a talkie. What are the 4? Technology,
Charisma.
courage. What's the other one? Charisma. It's a
yeah.
charisma hacking check.
Wild.
Social hacking.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like that's where you're.
Yeah, it is social hacking. You're right. Yeah, that's funny.
Which totally makes sense. You have 2 more actions, Kyle.
My God.
Yeah, I didn't...
So juicing up more of these charisma bonuses might be useful because there's a lot of things here. All of them have an investigate, so also getting the eyeballs off the barkeeper might be good too.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
wrong.
We also still don't know what else might happen when we flip the barkeeper. Maybe
Yeah.
there's more cool stuff there.
Yeah, I do want to continue to talk to her,
Yeah.
but my ability to talk is getting worse and worse by the moment.
By the way, in
Because of all the drugs you're taking.
classic like Arkham Horror style game, the objective here makes no sense.
Love that.
It says you need to follow Andre deeper inside the club, and our objective is to find the hidden basement and flip it.
Sure.
Perfect.
It's not on the
I don't
table
know what
anywhere.
that means.
Yeah.
But we'll work on it.
I'm sure we did. All right, I'm going to use high hopes to, again, get support from the barkeeper here. It gets me
Cool.
a +2 to any task, and yeah, that feels fine. I'm at a 4 to its 2. -2. That's perfect.
Perfect. Okay.
And you have 1 more action.
I do. So I can take
So-
either of these tokens.
Yep.
I'll grab the hacking one.
Cool.
So I'm bad at it. and-
Well, the technology one, which, as we've learned,
the-
hacking is not necessarily always the
That seems
same.
like it often is,
skill.
but not always. Yep.
True.
And
final action.
And you just played High Hopes, right? It
I
has an if
did.
you succeed.
Oh, yes, I did. I get another hope.
Nice.
My hopes are high. Yeah, I guess I'll just try this again. I'm kind of thinking about going in naked because I don't have another great get support action. So
Okay.
I might go in naked here and just try a 2 to 2. -2. Not successful.
Damn. But hey, you burned a -2. We like
did.
that. Yeah.
I did great.
Okay. And that's everyone's rounds?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
All right. So let me just turn to the
And
encounter
what
page
is the
to make sure we do this
distribution
right.
here?
It is pretty much nearly equally good and bad. So it's the plain numbers. It is an equal distribution of like +1 through 3s and -1 through 3s. I think it is a little worse than it is, or a little more negative than positive because the skulls are all -1s that are
Three
in
have
addition
been
to that
removed.
balance. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So are there any at the beginning of encounter phase effects in play, including on your own cards or anything? All right.
Nope.
Then we put a hacking cube on each card in the state. So 1 more round left of unexpected complications. We increase the surveillance by 1 per player. Sorry, it's that dial.
So +3.
Yeah, so up to
Oh,
4.
did we add one? It's set to 1. Did I
We
miss
added
us
one,
adding
yeah.
1 to it? Oh,
We did.
damn, that's
I think you
You said
drew
it. Yeah.
Oh, it was the card I drew, right. I didn't literally turn the dial, so it completely escaped my memory, I guess. Okay. If there were any retreated enemies, we flip them face up. We restore our action trackers if you haven't done that already. And now everyone draws 1 encounter card. So you can go ahead and draw it. But then in clockwise order, starting with the responsible player, that is
Me.
Kyle, you're going to resolve it. And remember that you are not
Yeah.
you are not meant to discuss your decision here if you're making a decision.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
There is no decision to be made. I'm just taking a hack 5 test,
Good luck.
which I think I'm just going to.
Well, no, wait. This is
purposefully tank.
this is a state. This is going to go into play on the network.
Oh goodness gracious!
Yeah, as we're here.
Horrible.
Tight on space
Only
on
for one
our
round, though.
field of view here. Okay.
At the beginning
tell
of-
us about it.
Yeah, so advanced surveillance at the beginning of the encounter phase, which would be.
Not now. We're in the encounter phase now. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like end of next round.
End of
Yeah.
next round will be increasing the surveillance by 2.
Oh
So,
boy. Okay.
Fine. Why is there a test here?
Because that's
I
how
can clear
that's how
it.
you get rid of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
clear
it,
So this is not like this one where it can't be cleared.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it says we've got to read flavor text. We feared the surveillance of the state, but we were instead surveilled by capitalists.
I hate that.
too
Advanced
real.
profiling.
Yeah, it really is.
Choose 1. Increase surveillance by 2 or suffer 4 stress.
Wow.
I'm going to eat the surveillance. So bump the surveillance by 2, please. That just sucks. That just sucks so much.
And mine is
6.
network analysis. Choose 1, suffer 3 stress, or spend a charge from an attribute support marker. Thankfully, I do have an attribute marker, so I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
So we hit this first threshold. What happens?
We did.
We
Sure
just
did.
did.
Damn. All right. Yeah. So what does it say?
It says each player suffers 1 stress.
That's what happens.
Ah.
Yeah, that threshold
I'll
was
spend
5,
a
and
hope.
we hit 6.
Which
Okay.
is just discard.
Yeah, I'll spend a hope as
I'll
well.
do that as well. Can I need some change. I need 2
Yep.
hope, please.
Here's 2 hope. I have it for you.
I would like to go first to start making stuff easier for everybody with my hacking skills.
By all means.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm about it.
If
If you do want to hack this, I can contribute.
I do. I want to see if there's any ones that give me like bonuses when I succeed by a lot. Not really. Yeah, I'm gonna hack with no cards. If you could give me that +2 though, that would get me up to 5.
To be even.
Actually, wait. Then maybe I should just use cards. Technology. Charisma.
And also tech, we are skulls are treated as auto fails here because
Oh my
of
God.
unexpected complications.
Dicks.
I'm as I'm planning my turn, I'm realizing that I'm unclear on a rule, and since it's hard to like ask on Discord while we're in the middle
Yes,
of filming a video, we
yes.
should probably just make a ruling. I'm not sure whether we can spend multiple support tokens on one test. Here's what it says. It says, optionally modify your attribute by, and then one of the bullet points is, spending a charge of an attribute support marker matching the attribute of the task. This adds +2 and can be done by you or other players at your setting.
My gut.
Like, what
would
I'm
be-
wondering is, can I spend mine and you spend yours
I
to help
think
me
It says
get support
no,
here?
because it says you or, not
Yeah,
you and.
I would agree.
Does it say you or?
Yep.
Yo, you or other players at your setting.
I would
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
true.
like
Okay.
you may spend one.
Sad, because I would love to add +4 and feel really confident about getting all these tokens and the
Yeah.
plus charisma ally.
Man,
Yeah.
so I'm in this weird position where, despite being Mr. Hackerman, well, first of all, increased surveillance by 2 is annoying, but like, whatever. I'm not sure it's worth burning a lot of resources to do it, as opposed to achieving the objectives of the mission. So I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I'm going to.
You're backstage.
Yeah, I'm gonna hack the strangers in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
To make it easier for you guys to succeed at it.
That is a charisma check.
Yes, but I have lots of charisma bonus here. I have +2, and then I'm gonna use I'm gonna use analyze behavior to gain +2, and I'm gonna use my bonus token to gain +2 more, so 4. So I am
Nice.
at 5 charisma on this
3.
hack 3, and I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna succeed.
Do it.
Yeah,
I succeed.
you did it.
So I cube it, so this is no longer will cause trouble.
Cool.
Been cubed.
On success, I choose a player to gain +2 charisma on their next task this round. I choose me.
Damn it. I would have loved that.
Do you want it?
I mean, kind of. I just want to make sure to like. I want
crush
to play
that.
a card that adds impact icons, but not boosts. Thanks.
Just remember to discard that back to me when you've used it.
Yes.
Cool. So that was my second action. My third action is... it's a little risky. I'm looking at the revealed tokens. I'm starting to get worried about skulls, right? Like statistically.
Oh,
It's true, yeah.
I did the thing.
And on the courage and technology, the red and blue attributes, they are auto fails now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only on those two. For what it's worth.
I am going to...
Glance at my tools. How many resources do I need?
You know what? I'm going to make things a little bit easier in a sideways way, because I don't think we're going to be burning down all of these this turn. I'm going to use my own Yilmaz Deep Beta. So, I'm going to hack it with Shut Down the System. It gives me +0, but an impact, which you said was an extra success, right? My hacking skill, my tech skill is 3, so I'm 2 over already. I had +1 for each successful task this round, so that adds another 1, because I succeeded once.
Nice.
So I'm at 4 against 1. And if I over-succeed, I get to analyze the grid and do a whole bunch of bullshit.
Oh, wow. So you're doing a lot of analyzing, potentially.
Exactly. I'm trying to make this better. So
I like it. Yeah, when you're down to only a few left, analyzing them is very powerful.
Yeah. So I'm going for it.
It's
-1.
Ooh.
That's fine.
That's an auto fail, though.
That's an
because
auto-fail.
Because technology is hard right now.
Okay. Well,
That's the worst thing that could have
it.
happened.
I soaked
Yeah.
it. It's not I mean, it's fine because it's just annoying.
Yeah.
It fails, but it didn't fail on one that progressed the story.
Sure.
In
Yeah.
some ways, I analyzed it with my face.
Okay.
Face check. Done. Those are my 3 actions.
I mean, yeah, you did make me feel better about attempting a test, because now only one of these 8 tokens, including the 3 that are archived.
I did my part. And this guy
bad.
is also much easier now because you only needed 2.
You need to do the 2.
Okay, fine with you if I go, Kyle?
Yeah,
I have
please.
at least a first action planned. So
enemies.
let's see. You've
That's
given
what I'm
me
good at.
+2 charisma and technology. Okay, great. So I'm gonna go ahead and get support from Maxim Wagner, I guess, the AR Silent Space enthusiast. Maybe you should try the back area, but I doubt you would get in. I think we already figured that out. Thanks, Maxim. So I am going to verify the source, which I can use on a get support action for an impact icon. And, this both answers the question and the problem. This has the keyword teamwork, which says 1 matching attribute marker may be spent in it to get 1 additional impact. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's different. I was thinking... I first read that as 1 additional marker could be spent, but this is a marker could be spent for an additional impact. I've already gotten 1 impact and there's only 2 here, so I don't need that. But I am going to spend my marker for +2. So I am at 2, 4, and the +2 you've given me makes it 6, Christian.
Wow.
So
I mean, that's good.
6. I'm looking for 3.
Spicy.
So 6 is where you want to be to feel safe.
Yeah.
And a +1. Okay. So I will get both of the support tokens off of here, and because I've cleared Maxim Wagner, I take him as a...
Do you get another resource for doing that?
Follower. I do get a resource because I completed the task, yep. And I guess I'm still at this location now, just sadly with no leads. Also, from my verify the source action, if you succeed, analyze 2 encounter cards. So again, I'm going to look at 2, choose 1,
seems really good.
choose
Now
1
I've
to
seen how big
discard,
the swing is on
reshuffle the
encounter
rest.
cards.
Yeah.
Mine was just objectively much more worse than yours.
Oh, this is not cool. All right. Oh, right. We've seen this before. Data de-anonymization. I'm just going to get rid of that.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's the one that gives us all stress unless we hack it 3 times.
Yeah.
It taxes us either way.
Agreed.
So you still have 2 more actions.
Oh, and I forgot I had started a discard pile here and then started putting them there. This one is actually on camera. How about that? 2 more actions. Yes. Okay. I guess I move.
I mean, this one is easy to hit.
Yep. Let's do it. And yeah, let me take advantage of you having hacked those strangers for me. And that's investigate with perception, and I will get rewarded if I do the first secret. So yeah, this is all good.
All good.
I'm out of actions with impact icons. That is sad. So it's a difficulty of 2 since I don't have to worry about the threat, and I'm at 3. Kyle, do you have... Are you going to do something on your turn?
Nah. What's that mean?
Kyle gives up.
Just like, would you benefit from me giving you a +1 during your next task?
Sure.
I guess I could give it to myself. Huh? No. The flavor of this card called Share Your Success makes it seem like you should choose another person, but it does say if you succeed, choose a character, they add +1. It doesn't say I couldn't choose myself.
Yeah.
Share it with yourself.
But I would still rather. I only have one action left, so actually I'll give it to you. Okay, so I will share my success. This is giving me +2 on any task, it says. So I'm investigating at a perception of 3, 4, 5, and I don't have to worry about the threat. So let's burn a negative modifier here. -3, and I succeed. Best case scenario.
Wow.
Secret goes away.
So, secret goes away. A couple things happen. I succeeded with Share Your Success, so I'll put this in front of Kyle. You get +1 to any next task.
Oh.
And my Insider Sources tool says when I remove the first secret from a lead, I roll an attribute die and get that marker with 2 charges. So...
Nice.
I didn't see the rule book talk
Seems
much
like
about
it's
these.
gotta
I'm
be
guessing it's a choice and
either
not
or.
both, right?
Yeah.
So
We know we have a lot of greens coming up, so
Do we?
every one of those is an investigate.
Oh, right. For some reason, I was thinking we needed a lot of
Yeah,
charisma,
yeah.
but that's for the hacking.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely perception. Good call. Okay, that is
Kyle.
my turn.
I've done it. And by that I mean shit. Okay, so I'm interested in maybe clearing this
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, because that courage, +1 courage to you makes you really
Really good at courage.
And at some point, we will encounter enemies, and I'm guessing that because it's the red skill, you probably use courage to fight.
Yes.
Yes, and I have so much fighting that I have not been able to use.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how.
We might even flip over strangers in the dark and find enemies sometimes. Who knows?
my guess.
100%. They're definitely not friendly strangers.
Friends of the
My question is for you, Brandon. Are you willing to give me a charisma bonus here?
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I'm going to try to read the crowd, and I don't have any bonuses naturally, but it does have impact. So if I can pass it,
Yes, you are. So you're getting
I'm
support.
at 3 to
from
3
her?
here
Okay.
on the get support.
Yep. So there's +2.
So 5 to 3 +2.
All right, you did it.
Got it.
So
So
you-
I get these two.
Nice, and you take
And
her
I take
as a
her.
follower. Or
Amazing.
wherever you want to put her.
Great.
And that's giving you a permanent +1 courage.
I love that
Sick.
for me.
Nice.
That was a good first action.
I would say so.
Um,
Did you even forget to count the +1
Nope.
from this?
I
you
counted.
were counting it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
3 to 3 was with the +1.
Gotcha.
All right, now I have a 2 to 2 card counting. So it seems like there's 2 of everything except for maybe these 2. There's one of.
Here, we can.
I just need
let's
to get my
see.
card count.
Yeah. So the +3, the +1s, 2s, 3s, and the -1s, 2s, 3s. There's 2 of each of those.
Oh.
And then there's 2 zeros. There's the auto. There's the epic success, which we haven't drawn yet, and we've seen the epic fail. And there's 3 skulls. So the 5 tokens are made up of the epic success, a 1 more skull,
-1.
a -1, a -3, and
Yeah,
a +3. So 2 great tokens and 3 pretty bad tokens.
Yeah.
So with that said, I feel like I just face check this and maybe
Yeah.
do it twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I
That's
think
what
a
it
great
feels
idea.
like.
Yeah.
Okay, so second action, I face check it, I crush it.
Wow. Got support. Flip that barkeeper. Oh, and you get. Did you get a resource for gaining her?
He did not.
No.
He's
So
a
Take a
red
resource for that, and you also just gained a resource for flipping the bartender.
MJ,
Fucking
barkeeper,
rich.
and
Yeah, you
nighttime
are.
philosopher. Brown hair,
Sure.
this big. Nah, haven't seen the guy. Want to get a neurostim tonic? Completed. You get a neurostim tonic at the bar. Choose a player at the setting. You recover 2 cards from your discard pile.
Oh.
Less good, but
Okay.
I'll take it.
And this just has, what does this have on it? A hope token. So when you get support, you also would gain that hope token that's on it, I think.
Yeah. Nice.
So nothing right now.
yes.
Yeah,
I
so,
think you should
right. So
probably-
if you successfully get support, you would get the hope token, you would get a resource because you've completed a task, and you would get, or you would choose a player here, so it would be you, to get 2 cards from your discard pile.
Yeah.
Seems like a decent action if you think you could pass it.
Or maybe come back. Like, we have
Yeah.
a lot more to do in the back.
Oh no! Let's not go back now, but I just wanted to note for the viewers, I wasn't supposed to give you my token because I'm not at your setting anymore. You have to be at the same
Oh.
setting. Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I don't want to try to rewind several actions.
It's fine because
Yeah.
it ended up being.
That's
a
true. You drew the
useful-
+3.
You're
yeah.
a useless
Yeah.
one.
And I'll keep it spent as penalty
Yeah,
for
yeah,
my
for
for my
forgetting
mistake.
how to-
Okay, good to know. I don't think we covered that. Okay, great. So I could get support here. I'd be one down. I mean, the thing is, do I just do it so I reshuffle the deck?
Yeah, probably.
Because we're in a horrible spot. We have one good token and three kind of bad ones.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
face
kind of just doing
take
a
the
task
hit.
with no
Yeah.
without investing
And then
anything
we
into it is
learn-
like a pretty good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, like, maybe it's the auto
Yeah,
success.
let's see.
It's not.
Okay.
It was a skull. Okay.
So we do not have the auto success in the game.
Um.
Bummer.
Oh, is that how that works?
The archive.
Oh no, these are I think going to get changed.
Yeah, I think they all
So
are.
okay, so now
So you failed.
I found
revealed modifiers stay revealed until you reset the grid. You must reset the grid when all modifiers except those in the archive are revealed. So, to reset the grid, place all modifiers, including those in the archive, face down and shuffle them. Then place 3 in the archive and organize the remaining as the grid. So, okay, I'll work on that while you...
You go ahead and do that. We're going to start. So we hit the encounter phase.
We do.
So at the beginning of the encounter phase, increase surveillance by 2.
and then by 3.
Just to double check, we don't have... Oh, wait.
3?
Oh, I was going to say, do we have any beginning of encounter phase effects? But
That's the
no,
one.
he's talking about 2 from this.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
And then
We kind of forgot to maybe try to deal with that, huh?
No, I thought about it, and it was
Oh.
an extremely expensive action compared to preparing
Okay.
that shit.
especially with the hack being auto fails on
Oh,
skulls
you're
was
right.
really
I was
brutal.
really close.
You're right.
Yeah. So that was one. Then we cubed them.
Kyle, so that is your fault. Why don't you put 3 of them onto the archive?
So I added those 2. We cubed them, which clears both of these guys, right?
Yep. That's
Yeah, it
Brandon?
does. Yeah,
Thank
both
God.
these should be cleared. The one downside of them clearing this way is we didn't get resources for it, but other than
I
that, we're
don't
glad they're
care.
gone.
They're gone.
Yep.
Then
They
we gain
do
3
be
surveillance.
Yes.
Bumps us up to 11.
And what happens at 10? I can see there's a surveillance threshold
2
there.
stress.
2?
Yerp.
Ugh.
So, discarding
each player
cards-
suffers 2 stress. Jeez. Okay.
Or
I think
combinations.
I'm gonna save my hope and do cards here because I have a couple cards that are not like really spot on for the moment.
Same here.
And when you shuffle, so I discard. If I were to go hypothetically to 0 cards, I would immediately draw the hand back up, right?
You would do an activity called focus.
Yes.
When you have no cards in your hand, you must automatically focus. You perform these steps. Recover your cards, and then sub steps. Lower your endurance by 1. Take a number of action cards from your discard pile into your hand equal to your new endurance. And then you may purchase tools. You spend resources equal to the cost of the tool and put them into your play area. You can purchase any number of tools as long as you have enough resources.
I have 1 resource. I'm buying the tool I wanted, which is Clarity of Mind, which gives me a little bonus every time I recycle, which is what I just did, right?
No. Recycle. So
is-
some tools have abilities that say recycle, which means return them to your toolkit.
Oh.
Instead of like
Yeah.
permanently losing them.
I get it. I
Yep.
get it. Man, maybe I don't.
So so some tools are consumable but reusable. Other ones are consumable but trash, and they're gone forever. So once per game.
Okay. Then I'm actually not. Man, that overkill is kind of good. Okay, I'm gonna buy it. I'm buying it.
Okay. Did you only have the 1 resource?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I can use that. I've got some ideas.
And so yeah, I was gonna discard this card is for fighting and hacking. Meh. And at this point, we're not doing much more getting support, so I can discard that too. Okay, so I'm getting close to
And then
focusing.
we each draw an encounter, or right?
Yes.
And then starting with the leader.
Me? At the darkest hour, I just gain a hope.
Yeah.
Seems great.
Advanced surveillance, the one we just had, is back out.
Oh boy.
Game two
Okay.
surveillance.
So
Have to
again,
clear
we
that.
want let's try to hack that this time.
I'll do that this time. I have my cards back that are good for it.
I also drew at the Dark Tower, Gain a Hope.
La-di-da.
Great.
So these are in here because we're playing on normal difficulty. If we were playing on higher difficulties, there would be less of these and more of a
makes sense.
different,
Bad
much
shit.
worse card. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's the encounter phase, right?
Yeah.
So it's back to us. Okay.
So I think what I would
wanna
like
go
to do.
last again.
Yeah, I like going first because it lets me set people up.
Sure.
So
This hack stays here. This cube.
It does. That does not clear as far as I'm aware. Yeah.
Great.
Man, sorry, I have lots of ways to like make stuff better for other people. Do I have anything for? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do a hack +2. Does anyone have tech
I
bonuses?
do, but I'm
Okay.
not at your lowest setting.
I don't.
Okay,
Yeah, you're sitting on a lot of those tokens. Jeez.
yeah. I'm gonna do. So I'm going to
You gotta come over to us.
I'm trying.
hack.
I just want to steal her first.
It's so risky.
You could wait until after Kyle if he comes over to your setting. Then he can help.
No, Kyle wants to go last. It's fine. I got it.
I just wanna
I'm going to
see
do
if
things
there's
slightly
enemies
differently.
show
The
up,
thing where
and
like
I'm gonna come beat
the
them up.
icons don't always match the verbs is kind of cool. And here's a good example. I'm
Yeah.
going to hack my own deep scan software. So
Okay.
that's a tech hack instead of so that's a tech hack that's much easier. I've got +2, so I'm at 5 already against a 1.
Amazing.
I'm going to recycle clarity of mind. Oh wait, no, impact is not useful here. Oh wait, yeah, for each impact. Yeah, yes.
Oh.
I'm going to use clarity
Oh,
of
so
mind.
that's what it means for each impact. I see. I'm putting that together. Okay. It's basically defining what an impact does on that particular hack.
Get
Got it.
one
Okay.
additional impact during your next task this round, so I'm doing that. So I'm guaranteed to have an impact which will let me archive an analyzed modifier. So I'm basically looking at the open deck to try to make it better for everybody. And
This
if I
thing is
succeed-
awesome because both sides are great.
Yeah.
This I just enjoyed that sentence. It will let me archive an analyzed modifier.
Yeah.
Like this game
Board
is
games.
It's doing a pretty good job of like
Making you
it has a
talk
lot
like
of
hacker.
like Netrunner
Yeah.
makes you
It definitely
use all
feels
this
Netrunner.
lingo,
Yeah.
and this game kind of does the same thing, and I'm really
Absolutely.
enjoying it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at +2 for hack, so I'm at +5 total. My target is 1. So
Okay.
it's almost a guaranteed
Seems
success.
great.
Yep.
What if I failed them? Auto failed. I didn't.
You just drew a skull. Perfect.
Great. So I'm at
Regular
3
skull.
successes. So I get to analyze 3, and
Okay.
I have an impact, so I can archive 1 analyzed modifier. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Oh, so it's not 1+1 per impact. You had to have an impact to do that.
Yeah, you may
Jeez.
archive 1 analyzed for each impact you have. That's what it
I
says.
wonder, do you have one impact by default?
That would make sense.
I
When
wonder
you look
because
at-
otherwise, why would you do this with like?
knowing what's coming is kind
Yeah.
of useful.
Yeah.
See if there's a definition for impact, though. I'm
It's
going to start flipping.
Gotta
At +3.
Let's see.
1, 2, 3.
I think the -1 is.
I apologize, viewer, for how much I
For
have my nose in the rule
me,
book
I like
video,
skulls, but
it is
I
new-
hear ya.
New to
Oh,
all
actually,
of
now that we
us.
don't have the skulls that auto fail,
Yeah.
actually the -1 is worse. So the question is, do I archive 2?
Yeah. In which case, I'd be like,
I-
the skull's fine.
think
That would
yes.
make sense, 'cause
it doesn't make
otherwise-
sense for me for this to because analyze with no other effect does nothing. So you
Fully
shuffle
makes
it
sense.
after,
Yes.
right?
So I've archived 2 bad tokens.
okay, and then I
goes
think
back
that gets
face down.
shuffled back in.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
So that
have a
was my-
+3.
Yeah,
I did it.
That seems like it's what it's got to be.
So we're back to the top. We now have I've taken my 1 action.
Part of me is wishing
and-
now. I was on the fence about like playing a game of this solo, which would obviously spoil the scenario for me, but I would probably be a lot more equipped as far as
I don't know,
understanding
I
the
feel like we're
rules.
figuring it out.
Yeah, we're
And
I was very
Brandon,
torn about how to handle that.
I'm handing
yeah.
you recognize pattern. You get +2 perception and +2 technology on your next task
Ooh,
this round.
thank you.
Yeah, that was my first action. My second action is
That seems to be a theme in your cards.
yeah.
You do a lot of
that's
that.
what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is cool.
Man,
So maybe Brandon tries to kill the advanced surveillance.
well, I have lots of
It
ways
does give
to
me
do
plus
it.
2 technology, but that only gets me to 4. It's a difficulty 5. I would have to draw +1, which is like kind of even odds, but or maybe a little less than 50%. I could definitely take a shot at it, but I don't feel great. Maybe if
Brandon,
you
do
went
you have-
first and you were at my location to give me a
Do you have a
+2,
charisma
yeah.
bonus
Uh,
that you can give me?
I
does.
can. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
I'm gonna hack the other Stranger in the Dark. So +2.
Oh, cool.
Can you
Okay.
give me the bonus?
Yep. Here's another +2.
So that gets me up to 5.
Love it.
Against a target of 3.
Amazing.
-3.
Failed. I gain a
Oh
hope.
no.
I gain a hope.
Oh, you gain a hope from that card
great.
when you fail? Nice. Okay.
Have a hope.
And we found the -3.
We've really not been taking as much stress as I feared. Like, I'm sitting on 3 hope.
Me too.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, we also just discarded some cards from hope.
It's true. True.
Or for stress.
This, some things about this demo scenario reminded me of the first scenario of Arkham, which is very cool the way it starts at one location and then branches
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But I would call this more complex than the first scenario of Arkham. There's,
Yeah,
there's a
I
lot going
agree.
on here. Yeah. It throws you into the deep end a little more.
Oh, yeah.
Which is maybe fine in 2024 when the audience of this game has probably played some similar games at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. I'm gonna investigate because you've already done your first secret thing. I'm gonna investigate Strangers in the Dark to try to clear it.
Clear it.
I'm going to do
it's an enemy,
an
I'll compete it
investigate with a data breach, which will give me an additional impact if I succeed by 2 or more,
Okay.
and a bonus impact if I just regular succeed. So I
Oh.
can clear it.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Great.
Oh, so
Can you
so you
give me
don't even need that text. You just
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
pass, right?
Uh,
You want a perception help?
I would like perception help.
Sure.
Yes. So that gets me up to 4 against 2.
That's good.
Pretty good. Ready?
0.
Success.
Did it.
Hey, and I did the 2 or more, which didn't matter, but I got it.
You cleared both
And
secrets.
you
You get a resource for completing the task, and you flip
a
the
resource.
card.
Stefania, eccentric body hacking activist. The music sucks. I'm heading to the Hain. Oh, I'm sorry.
So she has some tokens on her
Yeah,
that you
she
can
gets
get
a
support.
tech, and a courage. And her get support is pretty easy. A pretty easy red check.
Oh, yeah, I could do that pretty easily.
And there doesn't seem to be anything else to it, right? Like,
Yeah. Yep.
um,
I think my guess is like one of
looks like
these is the
stress.
people we're looking for.
Stress
And
if you don't get
fail,
to-
Yeah.
Even that's not that hard.
I just mean, like, other than the fact that you get the tokens, and if you completely clear her, you get a resource. There's no other reason to keep advancing that card
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's
because
me.
she's not going to join you as a follower, and she's not going
Yeah.
to trigger any other effects. So,
No, that's true.
yeah.
You guys, who's up?
Brandon.
I'll go. I am going to. So you're giving me. Oh, we were talking
wait.
about technology, but that would be Kyle moving closer.
Do you want me to come in?
Probably.
Okay. I can do that.
Yeah. I think that'd be good.
Before I do, I think I might.
I was gonna
wanna
say,
just
did you want to
face
try
check it
to
one time.
try to do MJ? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
face
have
check is
any.
pretty good.
I don't have any great chance of her, but
Oh, so you're just hoping for a +1.
yeah.
Based
but
on what we've seen, like
I
like,
filtered a lot of the
all,
bad
all of our
cards.
revealed tokens are good. Yeah.
Nailed
do.
it.
Nice. You get the hope. You get 2 cards out of your discard pile when you
Which is
complete it,
Great.
and you get a resource.
she goes away?
Yes. She, I think, just gets discarded from play.
Cool.
I think I want to do this one for sure.
I'm gonna change up your hope a little bit to.
Maybe
This is
this
the other thing about we have the print and play extra character, or the token supply is a little
that
tight,
makes sense,
but
that
here
makes
is your resource.
And then
Thank
I assume
you.
you're going to move to the back.
Yep. I move to the top with y'all. And then I'm just because it's pretty easy for me to like crank on this get support person. I might as well.
Why would you crank on them?
Just want to crank. Ooh. Alternatively, I might do this. I could also just try to. Oh wait, no. You want to get the first one here, right?
Ideally, yeah.
Okay. Then no.
I think
won't.
getting more support tokens, and then Brandon does hacking poorly, but it.
But hopefully, yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'll just regular old check here.
And you know what? I can actually hack better. So if I use this to investigate to start, and then I'm looking at the cards I can get back when I focus, because that's been my last
Yeah.
one, I would be in better shape to hack too. So
I got a -2, which is great because I pass by 2, or
Yeah.
I pass at 2. So I'll just grab one of these tech tokens. To
Oh,
3
continue.
actions.
But I forgot you're giving me +2, which would go away if I investigate first. I would spend it on that.
That's why we
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
you to do
okay.
that.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, all right.
So are you going to hack?
Sorry, I talked over your. I was talking
You
over
just
your turn
finished.
there,
You got
Kyle.
it.
You
You got
finished?
it.
Okay.
You got
I did.
+2.
I got
Great.
a -2, which was perfect.
I love it.
And
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
for my first action, I will hack the advanced surveillance.
I'll spend.
So my tech is 2. Your recognized pattern is giving me 2, so I'm at 4, and you gave me a token for 6.
Pretty
And
good.
then I don't have an action card to play with this, so it's
That's
going
doing good.
up by 1 and drawing a -2.
Fail.
I may still try it again after I
Yeah.
get my cards back, but that's kind of brutal.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Twite.
Okay. I have so much hope. I think I'm not going to worry about the fact that this hasn't been hacked. I'm just going to go straight into
I
investigation.
think that makes sense.
Great.
So, investigating the strangers in the dark. It's using perception. I'm already at 3. I'm going to seek answers, which is another 3 with an if you succeed effect.
Sure, so you're at
So
6.
I'm at 6 to 2, and with 5 for the threat effect. Let's see. +3. All right,
Okay,
blew it away
watch
and don't get hit by the threat. So we clear a secret.
And what
And
happens?
so, with Seek Answers, if I succeed, I analyze 3 modifiers and may archive 1. So let's check these 3 out. I'll archive the -3. Why not? Would you help me mix up with the remaining face down ones, Kyle?
Yeah.
Thank you. And then also I've removed the first secret from a lead, so my insider sources let me roll an attribute die and gain that token. It's a perception.
So you still have one more action, right?
And I have one action left, so I think... Oh, so now I have to focus. That was my last card. So these dice have been my endurance, so that's going to tick down, and I'm going to get 6 back. I will take my hack card that I discarded to stress last time. And let's... Oh boy, I wasn't ready for this. Let me take this.
I mean, you probably want to investigate again.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to hack, and it's going to be my last action here. But there's a lot more investigating, presumably, to go, so I'm mostly taking those effects.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm going to take the kitty cat, the hold accountable that I left in my discard pile at the start of the game, because we only had 7. One more action. I am going to try again to hack advanced surveillance, and this time I am going to...
I give you a blue.
Do it with stay undercover. It's flexible, so one attribute marker of any type may be spent as if it's matching. I assume that doesn't break our 1 per test rule.
I don't think
per
so,
task.
yeah.
But it does give +2 to hacks. So
And +2 from him.
So I was at 2. So I'm again at 6. And we've thrown out a lot of bad numbers. Let's just +3. We did it. All right.
Nailed it.
That is going to that's the only
goes
cube
away.
that will discard it, and I get a resource,
Great.
which is gorgeous, and I will change that up.
Cool. That's it.
Oh, I forgot. You know, it's fine. Most of my techs cost 4. I've totally forgot about the buying a tech part of focus, but I think I will just hold on to that until I focus again.
That's it.
That is
and we've all acted. So we have no beginning of encounter phase. We tick up by 3 to 14. Nothing triggers.
Yeah, 14 out of 30, so we got to keep this moving.
And everyone draws an encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with Kyle.
All right, we have unexpected complications. Play hard, fail hard. Roll an attribute die and place it on this.
Oh, God.
That's this
I
thing.
hate that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's 2 again. Damn it.
Okay. I gain a hope.
That's brutal. Oh, at the Dark Tower. Profiling, I choose increase surveillance by 1 or suffer 2 stress. I'm sitting on 3 hope. I'll spend 2 hope here.
That's it. So we are back in it from the
We
top.
are, yeah.
So,
Back at the start.
I think once again, it has worked well for me to be like hacking to set stuff up for success, right? Do you guys agree?
Yeah, I think so.
I generally agree.
So I'm going to do. Can anyone back me up with yellow tokens?
I've got some.
Do you have a lot? Or?
Where are these sitting in front of me for?
I think you were looking. And,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a hack on this stranger in the dark to make it easy. Actually, man. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't currently have any use on the table for these other than these hack actions. So yeah, I'll gladly give you the +2.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. So that gets me up to 3 out of 3. No?
I'm just thinking, I'm not that worried about this one. We've already hit it once, and I can use impact to do it in 1 more test. So worst case scenario, I take stress.
Yeah.
I would almost rather you do
Move
these ones
and work on these ones.
that we have to hit multiple times.
Fine,
Yeah.
Move. Same thing I said. Hack. Man. I mean, I'm burning through my deck. Is the bummer. If it gets, but our pool is looking good. We have not seen many of the good tokens.
There's like 0s plus 1s left.
Okay, I'm gonna hack. I'll just eat it. If I fail, no cards. I'm not using an action.
Sure, hacking down by
Down
2.
2?
If you use the token.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so 3 to 3. Sure, yeah.
That seems good.
+2.
is.
You did it. Nice.
Should have just done it down 2.
Yeah, right. She could have saved me a token. Damn.
And now I'm gonna do.
Last action.
Shut down the system.
Shut it down.
Same thing. Can you give me that +2 again?
Sure.
It makes things easier. +1 for each successful task this round. So this puts me up to 4 against 3.
Okay.
4,
Yeah, 4 against 3.
And what are you doing? You're hacking this
I'm
card?
hacking this
Okay.
one. And if I succeed, I get to analyze the grid and archive stuff.
Cool.
Nice.
With 4 left, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 3
So-
left after this.
3 still succeeds.
Cool.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
'Cause it's not on the dice.
Yep, so
Still succeeds.
you've hacked the strangers.
On success, if I complete the task, which I did, Analyze the... Oh, wait, wasn't it... Was that completing a task if I'm hacking it?
No.
I don't think it was completing a task.
It was still good.
Yeah, because that's called a secondary task, which is, I think, not something that you complete.
Totally
Yeah.
fine. Everything's great. I'm doing my
We've
job,
hacked it.
which is hacking the system. That's it for me.
Okay.
Okay, that leaves me.
Yeah. Well, both
and
of
me.
you haven't gone.
Oh, Kyle hasn't gone either. Okay.
So we just want to burn these secrets down as fast as possible.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
And maybe it's even Kyle goes first to figure out if this is like someone we actually care about, because you want to get the first secrets down here.
That's true, but I could get a pretty good impact to get double here, move down, and hit one of those.
Okay, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
maybe
And if
go
there
first.
is an enemy to clean up, I can
Yeah.
do that.
So I'll use Hold Accountable, which has a cat on it for some reason.
Yes.
I'm not sure what the flavor of this card is or why there's a cat, but
That's the name of the cat.
Hold
His name is,
accountable.
his name is Accountable.
And you're holding him.
That's a pretty good name for a cat.
beautiful.
Well done.
Yeah, it's also possible, especially since these are the print and play cards. That this is placeholder art. I don't know.
Go hold accountable.
So anyway, so that adds me, or that adds an impact icon. It also gives teamwork, meaning we could use an unmatching icon. And I'm actually kind of wondering if, like, Kyle, you have all that.
Reds.
Oh, between
I could
you,
do
you have
courage.
all that courage.
Spit
Maybe,
the reds,
maybe
yeah,
we
man.
save some perception. Sure, yeah, I'll take you up on using one of those.
Sure.
So then we're investing with perception, right? Yeah. So I'm at 3, 4, 5.
And you need at
I
least
need
5 to not take a stress, but that's not a huge deal.
Yeah, worst case scenario, I take a stress.
Cool.
But a 2 to succeed. So did I just
No,
that was already
pretty good.
These are a little easy to like flick with your
I
thumb
know.
accidentally. +1. Okay.
Nailed it.
Oh, nice. So didn't take the stress and got both secrets because I had a.
So you get a
impact,
resource,
so I'll get a resource
and your bonus. Oh no, you don't get the bonus for your
And I will flip the card. It is Elia Amadou, a self-made cyborg. Those noobs, spelled Nuubes, those noobs have messed with the wrong people. They should have stayed at the front. When this is revealed, find a random copy of Hidden Basement in the staging deck. It appears at the opposite location, so I think it'll appear down here is
Makes
what that
sense.
means.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can get support and get courage from him. Doesn't feel that important to me.
Seems bad.
Although if you want a resource,
Yeah.
that's a decent, easily accessible resource.
Ooh, I could get
Okay, so let's find a hidden basement, and are there multiple copies? But we were talking about this off camera, but I love that the concept of the staging deck where you just throw an encounter set and don't have to like follow
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the instructions that Arkham gives you of like put the
Yeah.
hidden basement set aside out of play for later.
Just be like, here's the encounter deck. Don't
Yep.
worry about it. You'll need some of it. We'll figure it out.
Left or right hidden basement? Left.
I was going for that
Okay.
one,
All right.
Great
You've
minds.
heard crazy stories of what happens in the basement of the siphon. So this is going to come into play here.
Hand jobs.
And
Crazy hand jobs.
you
Hand jobs of the future.
it looks like you have to break into the door or something because you investigate with technology to clear these secrets, and it takes a 4.
Ooh,
Yeah.
tough.
Okay.
That
One
was
more action.
so. That was that. I think that was only my first action, right? Do I have 2 more?
Yeah, that was your
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
action. You have 2 more.
Yeah. Okay. So I will go ahead and move down there. So that's my second action. So we were talking about you hacked those so that we could easily start them, but I guess
totally
let me take a
agree.
quick look at. And you're at my, so you could give me tech help too.
Sure.
I will seek answers. This gives +3 to an investigate, so it doesn't matter that I'm not great at tech. It's still +3.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool the way the
They're
types of
like
tests and the
suited
skills
for-
are
yeah.
divorced
Yeah.
from each other. I
Yeah,
like
I
that.
like that
Yeah.
a lot.
So I'm investigating. My tech is 2, so I'm at 5 versus 4. So if we want this to be a pretty
Pop
sure
it.
thing,
This man's got all these
I
tokens. Pop it.
would love to take that. So now it's a 7 to 4 with an if I succeed ability on this card. So
Although we do see the 2 -3s and the 2 -2s, so I think no.
You're not going to do it. Okay. That's a great point. Good,
Fair.
Good counting.
Fair. Okay. It's a 0. Good call. Good call.
And that's the first one for that
And-
location.
And yeah, so thank you. We've cleared that secret. First, on seek answers, if I succeed, analyze 3 modifiers. I may archive one. There's just one, so I'm just going to decide whether we want it or not. It's the epic fail.
Yeah, archive it.
I think we'll archive
Wait,
Absolutely.
hold on.
Oh, do you want to draw it?
Just face
It says
check
you
it.
may archive one. I don't have to. This would be pretty funny if you intentionally epic fail
That's
to
his
trigger a
job.
card.
He's reckless.
I mean, I can remove 2 secrets from a lead at my setting with a skull.
Here's so is it a reckless card? Does it draw 2
It is
modifiers?
reckless.
Does that mean we draw this one, like leave it because it's being used in a task, and
Shuffle.
reset the rest without the epic fail in it?
I
Because
would
that
think
seems
so.
pretty good.
I would think so.
It means you'll fail whatever you're doing.
But
That's
you'd
fine.
fail, but still remove
But,
secrets.
and
fail
it's great.
successfully.
all right, I'm sold. I will leave
like
you the epic fail to draw later.
And
And
now-
also, I've removed the first secret from a location, so I get to roll a die and gain a token. It is tech. Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay, Kyle, come do it.
That's my last action.
Sweet. I come do it.
Move.
I'm gonna investigate here because why not?
Yeah.
Here I go. I'm well respected, so I'm reckless.
What?
Oh my god! It's the epic fail.
And we need you to draw an additional modifier, so we have to do a quick reset of these.
Don't look.
Give them a good shake.
If only we had some kind of bag.
Some sort of
No, except
sack.
they're
Like with
single-sided.
chaos?
They're single-sided, so drawing them out and placing them face down would be not reasonable.
You could just draw them out of the bag. You just draw 3
Yes.
face down.
You could do the same thing and leave them out of the bag. Yeah, it would be very similar.
Kyle, stop dropping stuff.
but
didn't.
I
don't know what you're
have-
talking about.
Draw a modifier.
and I still, especially because it says in the focus rules, it says to arrange them as the grid. I still don't know if the game intends to use their 4x4
out.
orientation as a 3 out, right? Well, I'll mix that back in. I don't know if the game intends to use their 4x4 orientation as a game mechanic.
I imagine so.
Maybe, but the fact that you whenever you analyze them, you have to shuffle the face down ones,
It's pretty brutal.
It would be weird. It'd be weird.
I think it would be.
Because right now it's like a 4. Is there one under here? Yeah. Right now it's the missing one anyway.
This one. Oh.
Whatever.
Okay. So
Okay.
you have failed, Kyle.
I did it.
What
so I
happens?
can either take the 2 secrets or 1 off of this, or I can just take 2 from one of these locations.
Take 1 off hidden basement because you have 1 more action.
And that's our object. Well, okay. Hang on.
Oh.
My Arkham senses tell me it's not always the best idea to advance
To
your objective
jump into
when
it.
you're when your team is out of actions for the round.
I can see that.
Although if there's enemies in the hidden basement,
That's what I was gonna say,
They
for
don't
enemies.
They don't activate in the encounter phase. They activate when we draw the skulls.
That's
so
what
actually,
I was thinking. Is
it's
there's
not the
likely
same
to be
here.
bodyguards on the hidden basement
Yeah.
in narrative.
In
and
Arkham,
you're the fighter. So if one pops out now, having someone who can bop them in the face.
Yeah, agreed. In Arkham, it's the main reason I say don't advance the objective is because the boss might appear and essentially act first.
Right.
Here, that is not what would happen. So, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I do it. I clear this.
And you get a resource.
I get a resource, which is awesome.
Yep.
Because I want a resource. Because now I have 5, and I can afford my most expensive tool.
Hell yeah. And then flip the hidden basement and tell us about it.
I shall. It's the refugee housing unit. Holy shit! Club culture is more about than base and drugs.
It's about more than.
It's about more than base and drugs.
I
True.
agree.
It is also about giving systemic discrimination the middle finger.
I agree. I always say this about club scenes.
Wow, I'm starting to see the hope side
hope,
of the neon
yeah.
hope. It's that's kind of
Here
cool.
we go. There's
Oh, it has 2 hope
here.
tokens. Okay.
And we can ask refugees for help, placing 3 hacking cubes on cards in play, divvied any way you choose when you complete this.
Oh.
Okay.
And
Speaking of which,
this
we've
triggers
been-
something, right?
I don't know if we've missed any triggers on the unexpected.
We
consequences. I hope not. Okay.
Kylo and I have been very scared.
Good. That's when you complete the card that you can do that.
And isn't this also we
this-
found something?
That's our objective.
We
Yeah,
did it.
we're gonna advance the story.
Yeah.
Woo!
The plot twist.
Oh, I saw one more action.
You hear a voice behind you shout, "Sir, they headed in there!"
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
A small man wearing a Nubicon. Oh, maybe that's what the noobs is referencing. A small man wearing a Nubicon corporate security uniform enters the dark room, flanked by a group of officers. They have you cornered. A man looks surprised as their eyes meet, as if he had expected someone else. However, he quickly regains his composure and says with a friendly smile, "My name is Mark, and Nubicon would thank you for your cooperation in this matter. We're looking for one of our employees named Andre Picard, and we think you might know him."
Yep.
Yeah, he's right there.
I do.
All right, it says to find Mark, quote-unquote,
Best man
Steelskin
ever.
Caspar in the
Hell
staging
yeah.
deck. He appears at the location of the active player. So that would be Kyle, although we're all at the same location.
Fools.
So, that is Mark Steelskin Caspar.
10.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So I'm assuming we have to
Woof.
punch him 10 times.
I believe a fight by default does 1 damage, but impact icons can do
Yeah,
more than
yeah.
1, so we don't have to do it 10 different times. But
Hey.
we also don't know if he's the objective yet, so let's keep going. Find dimly lit security door in the staging deck. It appears at the siphon bottom location. So I'm going to slide this up a little bit to create bottom because just as far as on-camera table space, we're a little tight. Dimly lit security door says, a master locksmith can open a Mueller and Bach security door in 10 seconds. The average jump needs a 5-minute tutorial video.
That's me.
This says, dimly lit security door. Its subtitle is an exit. It's hard, so skulls here are treated as an epic fail.
Nice.
But it has 5 secrets.
Oof.
And it can be hacked. Otherwise, the threat effect on its test increases surveillance by 1.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it seems like, well, we haven't even looked at the next objective, but it seems like one thing we could do is run away through the dimly lit security door, right? What does he say? Nubicon appreciates your cooperation. Okay.
As we're punching him in the face.
Oh, but he has confrontation.
Confrontation.
You cannot move away from this location.
Oh, that's
Until
all 3 of
we
us.
hack him.
I really like the way these meaningful keywords are printed in larger font. I actually really appreciate that. I think that's
Totally
great. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and so Fight or Flight, the third end, we can tell because there's nothing left in the deck. Final chapter says, you need to get out of here. Complete one of the following objectives to advance. Either find a way to escape or defeat Mark Steelskin Caspar. It would seem like we have to defeat him because of his confrontation
hack.
keyword, but
You can hack him.
you can hack him. Yeah, so he will flee is the name of the mechanic. I don't know how that flavorfully works, but if you hack him and get 3 cubes on here via this hack action, he will flee, which turns him face down until the next encounter
Just like
phase.
retreating,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, just like retreating.
Okay.
So we need to decide: are we fighting this guy, or are we getting out of here? Right?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Like, at the
punch a
table.
dude.
Kyle has been
forever.
waiting to punch someone this whole time.
It's true.
And so far, we haven't encountered any, slight spoiler, but the staging deck has other enemies in it. But so maybe we definitely don't want to flip these strangers if we want to avoid other enemies.
Yeah.
Seems pretty.
We may have gotten lucky in not encountering those. I'm not sure.
But Kyle does have one more action.
I do.
Yeah, so basically, we can either retreat him with any of the retreat cards, we can hack him 3 times,
And then run to the dimly lit
then
security
run.
door and get through there.
or we can fight him.
Yeah.
Like, because if we retreat him, then he's retreated. Same as if we hacked him 3 times, right? Like,
No, there is no retreating. Hacking him is the only way to get him to
it's
retreat.
get him to retreat.
Otherwise, there would be a green number up here that would make him retreat, but he doesn't have one. Instead, he has this threat effect that is 2 stress if you don't get at least 5 when you fight him. So that's fun.
Gross.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna fuck him up.
Please.
Alright. I'm gonna say, uphold your code, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna fight him for a +2, which puts me up to a 6 base. And it's reckless. And if I reveal skulls, I may fail the thing, but I also put 2 cubes on this and finish it.
On a card at your setting or in the network, you also could get rid of unexpected complications if you...
That's what I said.
That's what he pointed
I thought you were pointing at the refugee housing unit. Oh, wait, that's not hacking. Never mind. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot. Yep, you're good.
Kyle's got it.
Alright, I'm gonna courage myself up.
So here's what I wonder
4,
is...
5, 6 cards.
Is his hacking track here a valid target for that? Could you put two cubes on his
Yeah,
I would
that,
think
which
so,
seems
yeah.
strong?
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, first and second.
Total of -3. How'd you do?
He was at
good.
+6. He was at 6 total.
No, I was at 8 total.
8 total.
That's not
8 total. So -3 puts you at 5, which means you don't suffer his threat and you hit him.
What an idiot.
Was that 1 damage? There's
1
no
damage.
impact? Okay.
Yep.
1 out of 10.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
that's the end of the round. So, we
Okay.
have no beginning of encounter phase, so we just tick up threat. Threat goes up 3 to 17. So what's our 15?
Cube here.
What's our 15 surveillance?
What's... Right.
The responsible player draws 1 enemy. Bring it from the encounter deck.
That's you.
Search the encounter deck for the next
Those
enemy.
are supposed to... Yeah, those have the icon for the staging. Are there enemies in there? We haven't encountered any.
It said the next. Seems like we fucked up.
Is it possible we did something wrong with that? But it said to... Hold, please.
Holding.
Wait, where's the setup
It'd be
instructions?
hilarious if there were supposed to be enemies in here the whole time.
It just says assemble the staging deck and the encounter deck by combining all cards with the respective set icons And that is the staging deck icon, that little like DJ record, because we're in a club, and all the enemies have that. So unless we encountered some effect that should have taken them and shuffled them in, I
I've not seen it.
no. Okay, so I guess we don't get any. It's possible we missed something. Let us know in the comments. If you played Neon Hope, let us know in the comments. If
I'm
we
wondering
missed
if
something
there's.
here.
I am wondering if it's like one of these adds from the staging deck to the encounter deck.
Yeah, that could be.
Certainly,
We'll look after,
certainly could be. Yeah.
But
okay, but it
that's
seems for now we've
We've done it perfectly.
and we're at 17. Okay, so we're gonna be to the 20, which flips this card.
Oh god.
On the next round.
Seems bad. Okay, so are we actually? God.
So so the question is, what the fuck are we doing?
Are we fighting this guy?
Kyle, are you gonna like deal out a lot of damage this round?
I have.
Or do we want to just hack him and run? Or some combination of those things?
I have a decent chance to do. If it wasn't for this thing trading skulls as autofails, which is so annoying. I have like a way to do about 7 damage this turn.
Jeez. This is very tricky. The 3 cubes to make him retreat, you almost like want 2 of them in one round and then to be able to start the next round and get the third one. Because otherwise, how does the person who like goes first to hack him also have an action left to move? I guess if you
have someone soak it, I think is the idea. Because what's our objective right now? Is it all of us exit or
to defeat him or find a way to escape, which again is nonsense. That probably the game will tell us when we've accomplished it.
Yeah.
It seems to it follows to me that it would involve this dimly lit security door, but we don't really know that for a fact.
Now remember, the refugees can distract him.
By putting 3 hack. Oh yeah.
Yeah, getting support.
Oh, if we
from
could
the
get support.
refugees.
If we could get support with a. Oh, that's true. That adds. That's probably not coincidence, is it?
Yeah.
You play 3 hacking cubes on cards in play. So that's. I wish I had an impact icon for get support. Oh, I do. Sort of. It's what perception.
But we
to get
also
support?
want you to get up to pick the lock. Is the thing.
So I actually think that I could clear the refugee housing unit, move, and have an action left to start on that, if that's the direction we want to go. Or do we want to just...
What I'm saying is I go first, and I get support to clear him out of the way.
Okay.
And that gives you more actions to work on the door.
Did we... we just did an encounter phase. Have we drawn our encounter phase?
Oh, we have not.
I don't think we have. Let's back up, yeah. Starts with you, Kyle.
Profiling. I'm going to take a couple stress here.
You haven't even focused once yet. Yeah, get rid of your cards so that you can buy some tools.
Same thing for me, but I'm going to increase stress.
I also drew profiling. Okay, so you increased surveillance by 1.
Yeah, so we're at 18.
Let me look at... Yes, there's a lot of copies of profiling in this deck, aren't there? Because there's one on top of the discard pile, too. Let me think about mine for a second. Increase surveillance by 1 or suffer 2 stress. I think I like my cards. It's gonna put it to 19. That seems fine.
Yeah. So I think.
Oh, did we increase this by an additional 1 for an enemy at our location? We did. Okay, good.
Oh no, an additional 1 for enemies? Shit.
Yeah.
Flip.
So wait. So then I'm gonna make a different decision.
Okay.
So we're at 19 already. I think I will take the 2 stress then. So I am going to discard spend a hope and discard. I'll spend a hope and discard. Okay.
So I think I get the refugees to help us. So to clear you guys to take other actions. Because I have ways to get bonus.
Okay, I'm just going to discard a different card if that's the plan. But other than that, I like it, yeah.
But I want to beat him up.
I mean, do you want to
The bouncer here is feeling a little underutilized. That's
Okay, I mean, if you want to go first and beat him up, just got to do 10 damage to him. How many actions is that going to take?
Let's start with this one.
So we're committing to the fight then?
I mean, I'm committed to the fight.
Then that's what we'll do.
I feel like that's going to be my best way forward.
I bet that to escape we have to all be there, and like once we leave, you're gonna have a hard time getting away from him. So I feel like this is not a like we'll try a little bit of both kind of situation. Is my instinct.
That's why I was thinking if I distract him with the refugees, we could at least flee.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm leaning towards that, but again, that plays into my strengths. Question is, can you in like a round or 2 deal 9 more damage? Because I am useless on fighting him.
Same.
It takes courage. My courage is 1. I am.
Mine's 4.
I am. What's the opposite of courageous?
Cowardless.
I'm cowardly. I'm cowardly as hell. Yeah.
Like the lion. I'm fine with whatever.
Okay, I'm calling. I'm going. I'm talking to the refugees.
Okay.
I'm gonna do action 1. I'm gonna get support. Target is 3. I have 2 off the dome. Can anyone back me up for +2?
Easily. Yeah.
For investigate?
Yeah, I got
Excuse me, get support green.
I got tons of perception.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that gets me up to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Off the dome. Are you using a card?
I'm not using a card.
Oh wow. Okay.
Horrible.
So you're not getting both of these here.
I'm just doing the. Oh shit! Right.
You have you have to complete the task to get that
Then I am
3
going to
hacking
use a
cubes.
card.
Okay.
I'm going to use this one, which gives me an extra completion.
Okay.
on success.
Upgrade the odds. Fitting.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
I did it.
+1.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I get 2 successes. Clear.
This is another. The fact that all these tests are hard is another good reason to not fight at the moment, Kyle.
So I do get a resource for that.
Oh, you don't flip this. So I think we clear it from play
right,
because
clear it.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the flip side.
Put 3 cubes.
We flip him.
We put 3 cubes on him and it flips him over. He just is face down.
So that
until
was
the
my
next
first
encounter.
action.
Nice.
Does that mean I can't fight him?
I completed the task, so I'm going to
think it
analyze the
it
grid
does
for
mean
2.
that.
I finally did it.
You also got a resource?
I did.
Oh, great.
I
Okay.
put it the wrong one. I completed the task, so analyze the grid for 2. Choose to either archive 1 or gain 1 hope.
Oh, neat.
Archive.
Archive -1. I like it. Okay.
Shuffle that up a little
Yep. You
So
got
that was
it.
my first action. My second action is run! So I can teleport, so I'm going to move up to security door. And then I'm going to... Man. Oh, that's gross. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make things better. I'm going to do my deep scan activity.
Nice.
And I'm going to analyze the grid. I'm at 3. Can someone give me a bonus tech?
No,
we're not at your
not
location.
there.
Fine.
We're not at your setting. Right
Fine.
now. Yeah.
I'm just going to get 3, and I'm just going to succeed. Actually, no. I'm going to use this last action card, which gives me +3, because I get crazy... Basically, this is going to let me filter a lot of cards, or a lot of tokens. Actually, no. It's only going to let me filter 1.
But you'll get to see like 6, right?
But seeing 6 isn't that useful.
I
I mean, there is a point where you're seeing the majority of the non-archive tokens.
Yeah,
There's some
that
value
seems
there.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to do my deep scan.
Okay.
I'm at hack +3 for a total of 6.
Okay.
And
And you just need to beat 1.
I just need to be 1.
Yeah. That's a
Okay,
+2.
8. So analyze the grid for X maximum
Max
5.
Okay.
So I get
so
to look
choose
at 5
5 to
of
look
them.
at. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And you
5.
can archive 1 of them.
I can archive 1 for each impact, which we agreed you get 1 impact by default, so I archive the -3.
Cool.
Obviously. So
Sweet.
the
Yep.
no more -3s is pretty good.
Yeah.
The one
Nope, yeah.
other option was the skull, just because
He
that's
can
the
use
I like
hard
the
thing.
skulls.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, those are my 3 actions. Run!
Okay.
Would you like to run?
I love to run.
Okay.
Yeah, I will run back to the
First action.
You
main
were
club.
born to run.
Born to run. All right, so let's think about this location a little bit. It's hard, so yeah. So skulls here are hard. Thanks for if I draw that skull, I'm gonna blame you for not archiving it.
Good.
Okay, so it's an investigate with perception. We could hack it to get rid of that threat thing.
But we're going to hit 20 this round no matter what. Like,
I wish, in retrospect, I don't know if you thought about this and dismissed it or not, but I wish that I had suggested that you just hack this instead of doing
I
what
thought
you just
about
did.
it.
Yeah.
but it would have been... The problem is, like, a hack 5 is a much harder target than a hack 1.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
valid. That's
That's fair.
That's how that works. Yep.
Like, there's a bunch of them that would have failed me on it as opposed to
Right,
only
right.
1.
Okay, I'll investigate. I will use an anonymous tip, which gives me +2 to investigating. It's perception. I'll use that also, so that's 4. I'm at 7 to 4.
And I went through my
yeah.
deck, so I'm going to do the...
Oh, you're focusing. Okay. Don't forget you
I
can
get to
buy
shop,
buy
yeah.
tech. I'm gonna flip a -2, but I was at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oof, so I get hit by the threat. Surveillance goes up.
Pop it.
So let me do that in a second, because that's going to flip this card and everything. Or I'll do it, but remind me we have to flip that card. I want to resolve the other things. I succeeded, so a secret is discarded. From my insider sources, I'm going to roll a die and gain a token. It is... let's take a... have a technology. So I guess a courage token. I don't know if this will be very useful. And I removed the first secret with my anonymous tip, which lets me analyze 2 encounter cards and discard 1.
Nice.
So, advanced profiling or at the darkest hour?
Which one?
Should I get rid of the card that gains 1 hope or suffers 4 stress? Tough one. I think I will archive advanced profiling. That was actually, that felt like a really valuable archive.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Flip it.
And flip it.
When you reveal the epic fail, draw 1 encounter card after this action.
Yeah, so what the rulebook said is that is what flipping the surveillance card generally does, is it modifies what the epic fail does.
Cute. And it's so
Cute.
Came over on 30.
Yep. And so we're at 20 out of 30 also, so we gotta
So you
get
have one
there.
more action, right, Brandon?
I
Investigated.
investigated, right. I have 1 left. I'm definitely gonna investigate. Damn, I really wish we had hacked this.
I might hack it.
Still would. It might be too late for it to matter much. Okay, I think I'm gonna use fieldwork, and it's 4. I can do the thing here where I gain 2 additional impact and then draw an encounter card afterwards.
That seems pretty good.
Which would be good as long as I succeed.
Yeah, so succeed.
So what would I be at? This is adding +1, so I'm at 3, 4. I can spend a token to make it 5, 6, 6 to 4. Mm-hmm. But it's hard. Skulls are an epic fail, and there are 3 face down skulls.
Yep.
So those all fail. And then, so I have no more, there's 10 face down, so I have no more than a 7 out of 10 chance based on that.
Yes.
And then I'm only up by, what I say, I was at 6 to 4, so also, we've seen the -3s. Okay, so it's a 7 out of 10 chance. I'm going to risk it. I'll risk it. All right, so I'm doing it. 2 additional impact and +3. Yeah. All right, so I clear 3 secrets.
Hell yeah.
And that's that whole action, no other effects.
Do you get an encounter?
Yeah. Oh, yes, and I draw an encounter card afterwards. I hope it's that hope card I left in. It is not. It's advanced surveillance.
Son of a bitch.
You monster.
So, at the beginning of the encounter phase, we're going to increase surveillance unless we
Let's
hack
just
this
win.
first. Yeah.
Just win.
Just win. Kyle, come win.
I can't do it.
You can't investigate for 1?
No. For 4?
Are you stupid or something?
Pretty dumb. Alright, so what I think I'm going to try to do...
Oh, and I'm sorry, I am focusing here. So you can go ahead and start your turn, but I'm going to get back, my endurance becomes
thank you
5.
for
I'm going to get 5 cards back and buy a tech.
Alright. I think the first thing I'm going to do is play this, so I would suffer a stress to add +2. I'm trying to hack, I don't know, one of these 2. What's this one? 5? And the one's also 5. I'm just going to try this one.
Yeah, I think that one's higher.
So I'm even with it right now. Mm-hmm. Crushed it.
Nice.
Nice.
I get this. Hey, it's the first time. Oh wait, hold on. This is defeated.
Get a resource.
So I get a resource. My confiscated goods for the first time is gonna act, which
Nice.
is recover 1 action card at random from your discard pile. Limit 2 per round.
Yeah, who knows what's in that?
Ooh.
But I'm also out of cards, so which one happens first? Because I was hoping to to rest.
Oh, that's a great question. Let me see what it says about focusing. Whenever you have no cards in hand, you must
Which happens
automatically focus. So
before.
I think it's first. So I think you
Yeah.
can get your
Beautiful.
6 cards back and then another random one.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm not
That's
gonna
cute.
think too
That's
hard
extremely
about it.
cute.
Yep.
I'm
Sick.
just gonna leave this.
That's
fight,
great. That was a good
fight
play.
One
Yep.
and this fight hack one, or this investigate. No, fight hack. Yeah, these
Here.
2.
Well, yeah. While you think about that, the tech that I spent my 4 resources on was the anti-facial recognition scarf. So basically, it's a piece of cloth.
Yeah.
It has an effect I'm just going to go ahead and use right away. I trash it, so it's a once per game. Place 2 hope on the surveillance card, and it prevents the increase of surveillance. So it bought us 2 more time
Nice.
towards
Thank you.
the
TikTok.
getting out before 30, yeah.
And Kyle, you still have 1 more action.
And still, I'm gonna buy more tech. Ugh, this is hard. This is always hard.
Yeah, so skulls here are fails.
Well, that's unfortunate because my amazing tech is treating printed number on regular skulls as +1.
Oh man, yeah, it's good anytime
So
it's not
good.
hard, yeah.
Okay, then I'm just gonna get this for whatever it's worth.
Yep.
I don't think it's worth a lot, but it's something.
And you still have...
And I still get to recover one of these random cards.
Yep. Just out of the 2 at random.
I get the Find Weakness back. Okay, and I still have one more action. So I guess I'll just try to investigate like a chump. That's my best investigate. This one. It's amazing. I'm reckless. Reckless as hell.
Do it. Just succeed.
Be reckless.
I get +2. I will make it +2 more, so I'm up to a 6. I reveal
Goal is,
2.
4.
Nailed it.
Oh, it's a skull, but what does the skull do? 2 skulls. Nice. What does the skull do?
It makes me get remove 2 secrets from a lead in my setting.
You've done it.
I've done it.
Flip the security door. I did all the work, and then you just
I get
like
the glory.
barge in. I'm the bouncer. Punched the door once. It opened because I had already unlocked it, and you're
No.
like, "See,
See, this is what you guys gotta do.
Hey, we did it. Neon lit alley behind
Oh.
the siphon. If all players are at this location, you escape.
Oh.
Conclusion 3.
We did it.
Do not progress the chapter.
You rush out into the cold air, slamming the security door shut from the other side.
We did it.
We've done it.
I totally did it, guys.
Amazing.
Bouncer punched the shit out of that door.
The
Face checking everything over and over again.
His head butted the door open.
Yeah.
where did
Where's
I
the
put the
conclusions?
conclusions? I think they're in the
Staging deck.
staging deck.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Conclusion what?
3.
3.
R3.
As you run down the neon lit alley, you see 2 figures heading towards a dark street. You recognize them as the bald man and the blonde woman you saw earlier with Andre. You rush after them, but do not dare to call out for them. After 2 more turns, they exit onto a main street where a self-drive cab is waiting for them. Before they enter the car, the woman looks over her shoulder and sees you running towards them. Seeing her face up close for the first time, you recognize her as Magdalena Schneider. You have seen her face on an electoral poster in Kreuzberg some time ago.
Okay.
Magdalena asks with a stern voice, "Have you been following us?"
I'm
Before,
just partying.
before you can answer, the bald man calmly interjects, "Ah, you must be who Andre's been talking about. I'm glad you found us."
Thank you.
The woman's eyes narrow, but she gestures toward the car's back seat. As you enter, the bald man offers his hand, saying, "I'm Nairi. Andre is a colleague of mine at Nubicon." The self-drive cab starts accelerating with a faint hum, and together with your newfound companions, you drive off into the twilight of an early morning.
We did it.
And then it says here, this will not be relevant for the demo, I think, but note in the campaign log, you escaped from the club.
Yeah.
Oh, then it says proceed to conclusion 4.
Oh, more.
Here, my voice is tired.
Here. I don't feel like reading.
You drive through the cold Berlin night in your cozy self-drive cab. Breaking the silence, Nairi says, "I am so sorry, Lena. I should not have gotten you involved in this." Magdalena responds quickly, "Don't be. If it is anyone's fault, it is Nubicon's fault." She continues somber. "But why would they risk illegally raiding a nightclub?" Nairi hesitates. Today at lunch, Andre told me he had been working on a new project for Nubicon's genetic research department. What he saw had made him uncomfortable. He had reviewed a dataset that included both your and my name and huge chunks of our medical history. Lena raises her eyebrows in surprise and asks, "That sounds highly illegal." Nairi responds, "It probably is." Andre wanted to tell us more tonight at the club. Lena thinks for a moment and then replies with newfound determination, "We need to find Andre. Do you know his address in the Haven?" Nairi nods and turns around to give the car new directions. This is the end of the demo, but your continued adventure awaits. The next episode will lead you to Berlin's solarpunk-inspired green tech hub, Haviland Haven. Here, you will find the first lead to uncover Nubicon's dystopian scheme. And look, there's a little back on Kickstarter.
Oh,
Register.
Yeah.
Cute.
I really enjoyed this.
That was cute.
This was good.
How's it? So I have not played much Arkham. How's it compare for you? Like, what's different? What's...
It felt more like, and partly, so hang on, I'm curious.
Yeah,
Like,
I
were there
was
enemies
so-
on the back of these, or what
Yeah.
happened here? L30, this is just someone you could get support from, is that also?
Yeah, same thing.
What did we miss that would put in...
It's got to be that the
enemies
bad
into
guys
the-
have to get shuffled in, and they were iconed incorrectly.
Yeah, did we
or
do something
described
wrong, is my
incorrectly.
question.
How can you show the bad guys?
Yeah.
Give me a
So
bad
there
guy.
are 5 enemies here in the staging deck. There's 3 copies of this Corp Loyalist who has confrontation, 4 hit points, and you fight him pretty easily.
Yeah.
And freelance security officer, which has just 2 hit points but a harder fight to
And stresses
succeed
you
at.
twice if you fail.
Yeah. Or when it attacks you. Yeah. It doesn't trigger on a threat. It's that happens like when it
Yeah.
activates from a
Right,
skull.
right.
But
Man, yeah, so
Yeah.
there's definitely something in the setup that got missed for putting those back.
I
that said, it
guess.
still felt successful to me, even setting that aside.
Yeah.
I felt sad as the bodyguard not to be able to punch.
Yeah,
my
you felt a
things.
little underutilized.
I hear what you're saying, but your job was to recklessly face check shit over and over
I
again,
did.
and you did that like
You
4
did.
times to
Yep.
huge effect.
You did.
The part where we were able to game you getting a skull and succeeding successfully felt so good. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Autofill.
Yeah, I don't see what we missed. It is also possible there's an error here that
Yeah.
Time
to hop on Discord.
It's funny. I didn't look that closely because I didn't want a lot of spoilers. But in the file that Dominic at Hopeful Games shared with me that had the print and play new character, there was also a file called like fixed cards. So with some changes, the one thing that I glanced at that I like had looked at enough to recognize that it wasn't even. It was more of a like balance, a redesign than a fix. That Oh, so we never drew it. The card that would be there would be more of them in this deck instead of the card that gave us hope if we were playing at higher difficulty, makes you draw 2 more cards.
Yeah.
It also adds a keyword that makes it like, that punishes you if you cancel it. so the only like fix that I saw was actually to make that card more brutal.
sure. Gotta make it tougher. Sometimes
yeah.
the utopia is glitching.
Yes. So it's definitely it felt like we missed a little part of it.
Yeah.
That said, I really enjoyed the similar to Arkham test system, but with a much more manipulatable.
Yeah.
I like the
series
card
of
counting.
adjustments.
The card
Yeah.
counting stuff was great. I liked the suit and color. This I don't know how you describe it. The actions and the icons
attribute.
not matching all
Right.
the time.
Right.
Sometimes they do.
So
but not
sometimes you
always.
investigate with perception, other times with which Arkham does sometimes, but it's rare enough. It's not a main mechanic of the
it's
game.
rare.
Here it
It's like
feels
in
like
the
that's a lot
text
of
in the
the
text
feeling,
of the cards that it's like,
Yeah.
well, you're scaling a cliffside, so you investigate it with agility. Like it does that sometimes.
This one it feels
but
like very core to the game.
it's very
right?
core to the
Which
game.
I liked
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And it meant that it felt like a lot of our co-op interplay was, oh, you're good at investigation as a verb, but you're bad at tech. So we're
Right.
going to make sure that we have lots of tech bonuses to help you out. That felt cool in co-op and interesting.
Yeah, I like the support being both charisma and courage, where it's like I'm not quite sure if I'm intimidating this person or trying to sweet talk them, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And I liked the setting. Like I've played a lot of Arkham, and I've played a good handful of Earthborn Rangers, which is another game that I would call heavily inspired by Arkham.
Yeah.
And Arkham is, Lovecraft grimdark horror.
Of course.
Earthborn Rangers is like super colorful exploration. You really can't do anything bad wrong.
Yeah.
It's like things. The worst that can happen is it starts to drizzle a little bit. In that game.
Well, this definitely feels like in this middle ground. Of,
Yeah,
it's not super
yeah.
grimdark, but there's still like
It was cool to be like, oh, we're exploring like a packed club.
Yeah.
And uncovering corporate. I was gonna say corporate espionage. Maybe that's not quite right. But corporate intrigue.
malfeasance.
yeah.
And a lot of mechanics that sort of unfolded in the story felt really interesting. Like the
Yes.
strangers in the packed club felt like we were like going through a crowd looking for someone who might be able to help
Yeah,
us. Like
yeah.
that felt like that's what was going on.
And it's tropey, but the like catching up the people that we were looking for, and them just like beckoning us into the back of a car
absolutely,
and stuff. Like cool moment.
Yeah, it's cute.
And
I
also
really like
a
it.
card that we didn't see, which is L30, and his flavor text is, "If you call me Leo one more time."
L30.
That's funny.
That's great. I had
great.
been. I'm glancing at their website really quick. I've been trying to peek at my phone as we played, just because I wanted to know if they had a time when it's going on Kickstarter, because this is coming to Kickstarter in 2025.
Yes.
I'm not seeing like on the front page of their website any kind of date, but there is a Kickstarter page for it, so you can sign up to be notified, and I think it's definitely a game that I would be happy to back. I really enjoyed it.
I love it. Sounds good.
Even if we did not do as much fighting as you would think. Yeah.
Disappointing.
Because
I was
all the
ready to
bad
beat
guys
him
were
up.
hiding. That's why. We should have had a couple bad guys come out for you to just punch for no reason.
I know, right?
I'll be curious. Let me know when you figure out what's going on with that, because I'm sure it's either
Yeah,
a setup
I'll-
thing we missed or an error in one of the
Yeah,
cards
there's
or
a Neon
something.
Hope official Discord. Maybe it's been
But I
discussed
think
in
it
there.
speaks to
or-
the strength of the mechanics that I'm like, well, the game still worked.
Yeah,
even without
yeah,
that happening.
yeah,
So
Definitely.
It just felt more exploratory.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
still, I felt like it was challenging, but that's because it was exploratory with a tight timeline.
the timeline. I mean, like
Yeah.
we hit 20. We were doing a lot to mitigate hitting 20,
Mm-hmm.
and it still felt like I was like very aware of the ticking
Yeah.
clock, and then a few bad
Yeah.
encounters. We only had like maybe 2 more rounds before game over, and that felt good.
And actually, yeah, but we'll wrap up this video
Yes.
soon. But I wanted to comment on that. I think that this game scales for players in a better, in my opinion, a better way than Arkham or Earthborn Rangers does. Because in Arkham, it's just like a lot of the things that you do scale up to be, hit points times players. That kind of thing. This one did not scale up the amount going on, other than we all had drawn a counter card, but mostly they were just a decision and then went away.
Yeah.
It scaled down the time.
Yes.
And so what that means, because we were advancing the surveillance by the number of players, so what that means is you play fewer rounds, and then you're not gonna like. The reason I don't like 4-player Arkham, and I was even pretty borderline on 3-player Earthborn Rangers, is that you just get 3+ hour sessions. And this is a better way to avoid that.
Yeah. And it still felt
Yeah.
like it felt threatening. It felt like you had to have really high impact actions because the time was so tight. Plinking away 1 or 2 successes is not going to win the game. And we did a lot of nonsense to get free hits and free successes, and
Right. Yeah. So they've put this as the core of the game, that it scales to make you just have to be as efficient with all of your actions, but a tighter timeline, so you just get fewer turns, as opposed to you play. Because and it's even like Arkham, especially the game length, it scales like non-linearly. Like 2 players, you can finish an Arkham scenario in 90 minutes, but like 3 players, it's 2.5 hours, and 4 players, it's 4 hours. Because not only are you having, when you go from 2 players to 3 players, 50% more actions and enemies and things,
And
but
enemies
also
are
3 players instead of 2 players on every discussion.
Yeah.
Increases the game length.
Totally, yeah.
And so I thought that this was
It scaled really
a
nicely.
far better way to handle that, in a way that I would like be much more, at least I won't say like gladly play this with 4 players. It could still be that I think this is better at 2 or 3, like those games, but
this felt really good to me at 3.
I would gladly try this at 4, whereas 4
3.
4 is a no-go count for me in
that
those
makes
other
sense.
games at this point.
Cool.
Very cool. Thank you, gents, for
Thank
joining
you.
me.
Thank you.
2 thank yous. Thank you, viewers, for watching. And if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And thank you to Hopeful Games for providing us with this demo that we had a great time playing. I'll be looking forward to what comes next. I'm really sad that we don't get to.
I was gonna say I want
know
a
what
next
happened.
I feel
scenario.
a little invested in what's going to happen next, and we're not going to find out. But cool.
Yeah,
this was great.
it's great.
Yeah. This is going to be one of our first videos going up in New Year 2025, I think. So Happy New Year.
Happy New
We've
Year.
got all sorts of things very roughly planned for the new year. And hey, a new camera that I'll fine tune so that it hopefully looks
worked
even
good so
better.
far,
But I thought
yeah.
it functioned.
Yeah.
It functioned through the whole game. So I'm
nailed
going to win.
We'll take it.
So we got playthroughs and more coming this year. Till then, be optimal.